Event 58, girls, 200-yard IM, heat 4, report to the bullpen.
On time here, folks, as we get set for the final full session here of the 2021 Parkway Valentine's Invitational. My name is Matt Judkins, bringing you the action here this afternoon as we move to the 13 and over session. We will have several events here in this session, starting off with the 200-yard IM. I want to give everybody a chance to send us a note. Yesterday we did not have the text messaging going during this one, but we have it again, so 314-369-3289. That is the number that we want you to text, or you can do it right there on the message board. A couple of nice messages during the time where we had the warm-ups going, and now as we move into the events, our first event will be the girls' 200-yard IM, starting off with 5 young ladies who do not have an established time yet in this event. It'll be Ella Wojcik in lane number 2 for Parkway. She's a 13-year-old. Whitney Benting in lane number 3. She's from Parkway. 14-year-old. A couple of 13-year-olds old. And Mahi Chachani in lane number 5, or lane number 4, from Rockwood. And then Anna Novak from Parkway in lane number 5, and Athena DeKinder in lane number 14. Again, this is one full lap that's down and back of each of the disciplines, starting off with the butterfly, going to the backstroke, then breaststroke and freestyle. A couple more housekeeping items as we get underway here. You can text us there on the IM line, or go ahead and hit us right here at 314-369-3289. Of course, all the swimmers following those safety protocols that were put forth prior to the meet, and so they would love for us to be able to get all the way through. We're at our last session now, and we've been able to keep those protocols intact throughout the weekend. That means keeping the masks on as they go around the pool deck, up in the stands as they wait for their events, and then making sure that they are also socially distancing around the pool. So sometimes you don't have the flyovers like a lot of you might be used to at a typical swim meet if you're joining us for the first time here this weekend. Into the breaststroke now for the 5 competitors. First one out there in lane number 5, you see here is Anna Novak. No previously established time for these youngsters yet in this event. Again, the ages in this one will range from 13 up in some cases to 18-year-olds, depending on the event. A number of the kids over 14 are still trying to achieve some sectional times, especially on the boys' side. A lot of the older young ladies are preparing for the high school swim meet, which will take place on Friday and Saturday of this upcoming week. Right now, Novak, she'll be the first one to the wall in this breaststroke, and then she'll turn it over and go to the freestyle. That's how we'll set things up here this afternoon as we get underway. Got a lot of exciting action. We hope you've enjoyed it so far. Of course, started off Friday night with the distance events, the 400 IM and the 500 freestyle, and then we went into the individual events yesterday, 3 sessions. We had the 10 and unders, followed by the 11 and 12-year-olds, and then the 13 and overs. We did have a time trial at the end of the day yesterday also, and we'll have one of those today as well. In addition to what we've been doing, we want to give a shout-out to Kevin Girth. He's our producer, director, cameraman, and all-around jack of all trades. He's installed yet a 5th different camera angle for all of your viewing pleasure. That's at the bottom of the pool. You may have seen it on some of the starts. We had it yesterday, and we'll have it again today. First one into the wall, 2:55.16 in lane number 2 will be Ella Wojcik, so a nice established time for her. Second one in lane number 5. After that was Novak. I think Novak was first, actually. Maybe she had a soft touch on that pad. Nonetheless, followed in by DeKinder, and then Benting and Ciccani they'll wind things up here. So these swimmers trying to achieve some of those cut times. B time in this particular event for the young ladies is a 2:49.79. That's for the 13 and 14-year-olds. And then, of course, we will go all the way up to the quadruple A time of 2:07.29. Not sure if anybody will snip that here today, but we might have a couple competitors as we get into some of the later heats. Heats go the swimmers with either no established time or the slowest preliminary times, all the way to the fastest ones in the final heats. We have 8 heats here in this first event. As we go now to heat number 2 of the event. Top to bottom of your screen, it's lane number 1 at the top of your screen, lane number 8 at the bottom of your screen. Anna Zweibelman is in lane number 1 from Parkway. Sydney Vachi is in lane number 2 from Rockwood. Rockwood's Ava Muehlman, is in lane number 3. Leah Bledsoe from Parkway is in 4. Savannah Cusinelli in lane 5. Haley Meek in lane number 6. And then Bronwyn Miller in lane number 7. No one in lane number 8 here in this particular heat. Fastest preliminary time, 2:13.64. That was Bledsoe in lane number 4. Right now you see her slightly behind the 2 in lanes 3 and 4. That's Muehlman and Cusinelli. Again, you're going to see this ebb and flow throughout. You'll have a couple of swimmers who are very good in all the disciplines. It's a full lap of the butterfly, then the breaststroke, or butterfly backstroke, then breaststroke, and then rounding things out with the freestyle. But as those strokes change, different swimmers are maybe a little bit more strong in a different stroke. Right now in the backstroke, you see in the middle of the pool, it is Bledsoe, and Bledsoe coming all the way back, so she's closed down that lead, and you got her even now with Muehlman. They'll go into the breaststroke now, off the turn. This is a stroke that can really separate some of the swimmers, as some are much stronger in this one than others. And right now, they remain even. Those top 3 right there, Muehlman, Bledsoe, and Cusinelli. All right, now we go into the freestyle here on this last one. Up in lane number 3, it is Muehlman. She separated herself now by a little over a body length over Bledsoe and then Cusinelli. They remain 1, 2, and 3, cranking it out. Again, looking to go under their previous best. 2:13 for Bledsoe, 2:16 for Cusinelli, and Muehlman with 2:17. All of them right now on pace to do just that. 4th place in the heat right now. Up in lane number 2 is Vachi. First one into the wall, lane number 3 was Muehlman. She led most of the way, followed in behind by Bledsoe, then Cusinelli. 2:53.46, so a nice drop in time of 20 seconds for young Leah Bledsoe. Also dropping time at 2:57.55 in that one. In lane 4, first it was Muehlman with a nice drop. She had a drop of 24 seconds, then a drop of 20 seconds, and then a nice other drop there in lane number 5 of 18 seconds for Cusinelli. Rounding thing out, lane number 2 was Vachi, followed there in lane 6 and 7 by Meek and Mueller, and then it's Weibelman. All those young ladies dropping time here in this event. Well, like, share, subscribe. That's what we want to see people do. As we now go into heat number 3, 8 heats in this one. Maddie Wimberly in lane number 1, Ava Stick in lane number 2. It's Cora Donaldson in 3, Rizel Mendoza in lane 4, Carly Keski in lane 5, Cece Tremont in lane 6, Ella Jones is in lane 7, and Victoria Tanduyaya in lane number 8. Hope I pronounced that correctly. Right now, she is one of the leaders into that backstroke, along with Tremont in lane number 6. Those two do battle. Again, all these different swimmers better at some of the strokes than others. Sitting just under 750 on the subscribes, folks, on this YouTube channel. We'd love to see you chime in and subscribe as well. Send a note to your friends. We've had shout-outs from Northern Ireland, England, the Grand Caymans, all over the world so far here today, with the younger kids going earlier, and now we want to get some more shout-outs from other parts of the world, other parts of the country. We've had Florida, South Dakota, Minnesota. We've even had Jeff City, Missouri. As Victoria continues to lead down here in lane number 8. Tremont right in behind her in this breaststroke. They'll do a full lap of the breaststroke. Coming on strong in lane 7 is Jones. Also, back up in lane number 3, don't count out Kaylee Moore. She's closed the gap considerably in this breaststroke. Again, this is the stroke where we'll oftentimes see a swimmer either separate themselves or really make a move in terms of their position in the race. They'll touch the wall now down to the right side of your screen. Once they do, they'll go into the freestyle. First one off the wall, down in lane number 8, was Victoria Tanduyaha. And right now, she leads ever so slightly over Cece Tremont in lane number 6. Right in behind them, Ella Jones in 7. And then it's Donaldson in lane number 3. Last 25 now as we get ready to go. They're going to come right down to it, as it looks like Tremont's taking just a little bit of a lead. Looking stronger now. She gets to the back half of the pool. She will win the heat. Previous time of 3 minutes, .94. She will shatter that one, folks. 2:49.79 is the B time, and her time in this one will be 2:47.06 for that one. Solid B time for her. She drops 13 seconds. Second place in the heat again, Victoria, also achieving that B time at 2:48.81. B time as well at 2:48.93 for Ella Jones. So those three young ladies get the B times. They were in lane 6, 8, and 7 respectively. Lane number 4 was Donaldson just off that B time, followed in behind by Wimberly and Stick, and then Keski and Mendoza. Congratulations to all those young ladies. Great times across the board. Some nice drops as well. Heat number 4, 8 full lanes. Lily Driscoll's in lane number 1 from Parkway, a 13-year-old. Kaylin Lowry, a 16-year-old from Rockwood, is in lane 2. Kaylee Moore in 3. Penelope Alcott in lane number 4. Sandra Kim is in lane number 5. Mia Crandall is in lane 6. Sadie Calmus in lane 7. And Kelsey Morrison in lane number 8. Front running right now, very strong butterfly, is Kaylin Lowry in lane number 2. She'll be the first one to touch the wall in a nice split of 30-55. Send us a text message, 314-369-3289. Best Stone giving that whoop whoop, as does Grant Owen. They're rooting out there for Kaylee right now. Kaylee Moore in lane number 3. Right now, though, it's Kaylin Lowry in lane number 2. She's into the backstroke now. She's opened up about a 3 body length lead, maybe a 4 body length lead. As she comes down underneath the flag, she'll touch and go on the other stroke. That's the breaststroke. Second place, continuing so far in this one, is Kaylee Moore, followed by Driscoll in lane number 1. Those are your top 3 thus far. Into the breaststroke we go. Now, right now, we've seen a lot of changes over the course of the last couple of days, and as we watch swimming, the changes come in this stroke in the course of how the standings get altered within the race. First one off the wall. At the 2:20, actually, at the 125, excuse me, will be Kaylin Lowry. Let's go, Kaylee. That's from Jaden Yarborough. He was swimming yesterday. Haven't looked all the way down the roster to see if he'll be competing again today, but we will find out shortly when the boys jump in. All right, into the freestyle we go. This is Kaylin Lowry. Well ahead of everyone else. She'll complete this circuit with the top time. 16 years old again. Came in with a 2:55.88. Second in the heat now in lane number 4 is Penelope Alcott. Followed in there by Kaylee Moore and then Lily Driscoll. Right in behind them, down in lane 7 is Sadie Kalma. She's a very fast freestyler, so she may close the gap on this one, and she's starting to do that just right now. Lane number 1, though, Lily Driscoll. She's starting to stretch it out. First one in is Kaylin Lowry. She'll come in well under her previous best time. We've got her fight for second place, though. Right now, it's Kaylee Moore in lane 3, followed in behind by Driscoll, then Alcott and Kalmas. 2:31.83 for Lowry, followed in behind in the heat. 2:41.41 by Kaylee Moore. And then a 2:42.44. That is good enough for a B time for Driscoll. She gets her first B time. Rounding things out, also Kalmas gets that B time. And then rounding things out with a 2:43. That's a B time. All B times achieved just about across the board. Crandall and Morrison along with Alcott in that heat. Alexandria LaFiore is in lane number 1 from heat. Lily McGinn in lane number 2 from Rockwood. Rockwood's Abby Schneider is in lane number 3. Parkway's Ellie Green in 4. Stephanie Rose is in 5. Jordan Moulton is in lane 6. Maddie Stoner's in lane 7. And Lauren Callahan is in lane number 8. A couple of 16-year-olds in LaFiore and Moulton. They're in lanes 1 and 6, respectively. 14-year-old Abby Schneider in lane 3. The rest all 13 years old in this particular heat. Fastest preliminary time coming into this one is Ellie Green with a 2:35.50. That's it, good enough for a double B time. She'd love to get it down to a 2:25.49. That's the A time. And right now, lane number 4, it's Ellie Green. She came into that 2:35.50. In this backstroke, she'll be the first one to touch the wall as they go into the breaststroke. Right behind her in lane number 2 is Lily McGinn. She came in at 2:43.44. Go Ellie Green from a number of different folks chiming in on the message board. Also go Alex. Folks, we need to get at minimum 6 more subscribers. If we can get 16, we get to 760 by the day. Got about an hour. Let's chime out. Tell your friends, hey, check out this broadcast. Look at the cool underwater camera action. I want to continue to bring you that cool underwater camera action, but we need some more subscribers, so get out there and do it. Touching the wall first again in lane number 4, Ellie Green. She'll go into the freestyle now. Looking to come back. If she can come back in about 30, she's going to be well under that time, and she'll be just on that A time. Let's see if she can do it. Being cheered on by her coach, Chris Etherington, at the top of your screen. First one to touch the wall. And, of course, this medley race, this individual medley that takes a lot out of you. You're doing all the strokes, 200 straight. She'll be the first one in the wall. Won't quite get that A time, but comfortably again in that BB time. So it's Ellie Green with a 2:29 flat. Dropping almost 6 seconds off her previous best. And again, solid double B time. Second place in the heat at 2:32.92. Also with a double B in lane number 2 was McGinn. Third in the heat in lane number 5 was Stephanie Rose. 2:37.64, and that is just off that double B time, so she'll get the A time. 2:39.32 for LaFiore, and rounding things out will be Schneider, Moulton, Stoner, and Callahan. All right, Reagan Fries will start things off in lane number 1. She's at the top of your screen. It's Maria Parisi in lane number 2. Anna Abiggs in lane 3. Annabelle Cook in lane 4, and Ava McLeod in lane number 5, all 14 years old. Serena Huang is a 13-year-old from Parkway in lane 6. Adelaide Stephens is in lane 5, and Molly, she's scratched out in lane number 8, but those latter two in lane 6 and 7, both 13 years old. Annabelle Cook with a 2:31.19 has the fastest time thus far in the preliminary. That means her time coming in. Send us a text message now. Let us know you're there. 314-369-3289. Got a nice note from Ron Hilsman between sessions. Looking forward to watching his young grandsons, Tanner and Riley, compete here this afternoon. Backstroke now starting to tighten up a little bit. Lane number 4, we have Annabelle Cook, followed in behind by Huang and Stevens in lane number 6 and 7. Go Ellie and go Alex. A couple more chiming in. Anybody's race at this point right now in the breaststroke as things really starting to tighten up across the board. All these swimmers right now showing their quality across all 4 disciplines in this one. The lead being turned over to Long. That's Serena in lane number 6. She's a 13-year-old from Parkway, showing how much that breaststroke matters when you do this individual medley. She'll flip and go the other way on the freestyle. Now it becomes a race of who's got the most energy left. And right now, Serena's stretching it out just a little bit. Right in behind her are Adeline Steffens and Ava McLeod in lanes 7 and 5, respectively. These 3 are going to come down to it at the end. Up in lane number 3, also very strong, is Anna Abig and Reagan Fries in lane number 1. All looking to drop time here in this one, trying to get into that A time range. No one's quite going to do that here in this event, but we will have some good times here, all solidly. Looks like going to be in that double B range without a doubt. It will be 2:28.01 followed by 2:28.21. That's for Steffens and Huang. That's how they touch there at the end of the wall. So again, double B times all the way across the board. Reagan Fries in lane number 1 comes in 4th. It'll be Abig and Cook, and then followed by Parisi. 2 more heats for the young ladies left. 8 swimmers here. Emma Eisworth is in lane number 1. Sammy Sylvester in lane number 2. Daphne Bishop is in lane number 3. Brendan Pfeiffer is in lane number 4. Isabella Clerico in 5. And Brianna Wilkinson in lane number 6, all 13 years old. Elizabeth Tyson is in lane number 7. She's a 16-year-old. And then Michaela Pipes, the 14-year-old from Rockwood, in lane number 8. First 2 swimmers in lanes 1 and 2 are from Parkway. The other 6 are from Rockwood. See the Rockwood swimmers either wearing that royal blue Rockwood cap or the black with that kind of fluorescent green numerals and lettering on them. And of course, they've also got a gold cap a number of their swimmers are wearing. And then the Parkway swimmers traditionally wearing that navy blue or white cap. There are a couple of the Parkway swimmers wearing the old school red cap. We're here now. She'll touch the wall. First one in on that one is lane number 4. That is Pfeiffer. Followed in behind her by Clerico and Wilkinson. Pfeiffer came in with the preliminarily best time of 2:26.43. That's just off the A time. That's where she wants to go with it. Right now, she's starting to stretch it out a little bit in this breaststroke. Sometimes in this particular stroke, some swimmers make it a little stronger. They make a little bit of a comeback. But right now, middle of the pool, it's Pfeiffer. She continues to distance herself. Now almost 2 body lengths ahead. Coming on strong, though, in lane number 1 is Eisworth. Very good at this stroke, and right now she's vying for 2nd place with Sylvester and Bishop. Will touch the wall, and it will be Pfeiffer, Bishop, then Eisworth. Coming on strong now, also in lane number 7, is Elizabeth Tyson. This one's going to go to Pfeiffer, no doubt, here in lane number 4. She's got a chance to go low into that A range. 2:25.49 is where she wants to go. She's going to get that A time. Second place in that heat. Coming in lane number 3, it will be Bishop, followed by Wilkinson and Tyson, then Eisworth, Sylvester, Clerico, and Pipes. So great time there. A time again for Pfeiffer. 2:21.36. Also achieving the A time in lane number 3 was Bishop. Nice job for both of those two young ladies. Last heat, 8 swimmers.
Event 43, boys.
Nora Wiley in lane number 1, Lexi Cook in lane number 2, Zoe Chalfont in lane number 3. All 3 of those young ladies are 13 years old. A couple of 14-year-olds in Jana Mullenhoff and Madeline Johnson in lanes number 4 and 5. Audrey Nolan is a 17-year-old in lane number 6, and then 2 14-year-old, Nor Abdenauer in lane number 7, and Taylor Kloutman in lane number 8. So you have 3 swimmers from Hannibal and 5 swimmers from Rockwood here in this one. Hannibal swimmers are in lanes number 1, 5, and 6, wearing the red or purple cap. Rockwood either wearing the black cap, white cap, or that royal blue. Right now, lane number 2, Lexi Cook, she could go out and she could drop a low time, folks. Don't be surprised. We've seen her do that. She continues to get better. Swim meet in and swim meet out. Let's go, Hannibal, HHST. Go, Elizabeth. We got a couple more shout-outs. Way to go, Adeline. Swim fast, Brennan. So we got some shout-outs there on the message board. We want to hear some more. Let's go ahead and get them on the text line as well, 314-369-3289, as we're in the breaststroke now. Strong stroke right now, clearly in lane number 6 for Audrey Nolan, as she's taking a little bit of a lead, almost a full body length. Actually, she's stretching that out a little bit. Lexi Cook in lane number 2 has come back to the pack a little bit. There are about 5 or 6 swimmers, along with Chalfont, Mullenhoff, and Kloutman, all vying for second place. It'll be Chalfont, the first one to touch the wall for that second place position, followed in behind by Kloutman and then Mullenhoff. We know Mullenhoff's got a lot in the back end, but she's very strong in the freestyle. But right now, taking this one away in lane number 6 is Audrey Nolan from Hannibal. 2:19.24 was her previous best time. She's going to go well under that. In fact, she's going to be shooting for that 2:13.29. Let's see if she can get there. 2:13.29, double A for her. Will she get there? She is going to be right around it. 2:13.59, just off of it. So strong double A time for her, and just off that triple A time with 2:30.59. All swimmers in this one dropping time with the exception of Mullenhoff in lane number 4. She swam well yesterday. Also not dropping time, Madeline Johnson, but she's right about her time. Congratulations to all these young ladies. A lot of high-level achievement as we go through that one. All of them in the A range and the double A range. Audrey Nolan takes the event at 2:13.59. All right, here's the boys. We've got 9 heats of this one. We'll start off with a heat of 4 young men who have not competed in this event previously. Sam Osdike in lane number 3, along with Aiden Workman in lane number 4 and Lucas Day in lane 5. Those 3 swimmers are 13 years old and they're from Parkway. Sam Gerald in lane number 6 is from Rockwood. He's a 14-year-old right now, well out ahead of everyone else by several body lengths off of that butterfly. You can see those standings ebb and flow throughout the course of this whole event. Based on the stroke. Some more shout-outs for Zoe C. That's from Ryan Matheny. Go Mullenhoff and Kloutman. That's a shout-out from Rachel B. Another shout-out for some of the boys, Emmett and Callum. Shank from warm, sunny Kirkwood. Of course, Grandma and Papa Doe, they've been chiming in from Florida. Good stroke, good form right now for Gerald. 239.99, that is the B time cut. He has a significant opportunity not only to get that, but the 228.94, that is your double B. Right now, with his pace, he looks like he might get it. Folks, we've hit 750 on our subscription level. Let's see if we can't boost that up. Let's get 10 more. Make me happy. Make Kevin Girth happy. Make John David Williford, the Parkway coach, happy, and all the other coaches from all the clubs, knowing that all these folks have been around watching all weekend long. How cool it is. Let me tell you, folks, if you haven't had a chance and an opportunity to go back and watch the archive version with your children, whether you're grandma and grandpa or whatever, they get a big kick out of it, and they love those shout-outs. They'd love to hear that somebody's watching them and they're chiming in with a text message or an instant message along the message board. They can see those message boards as well. Kicking it into gear here now, as we see Gerald come in with a great time of 228.60, and that is going to get him that double B time. Great job for him. Not far off of that A time of 225.49. So way to go, Sam. Second and third place here in the heat at 250.06 and 250.61 are Lucas Day and Sam Osdike. So nice job to those two young men. They are just off of the B time, both of them by less than a second. And then Aiden Workman will round things out. Nice job to them. But a double B time for Sam Gerald as he really went on strong and stretched it out. Come on, Big Ty. Last day is fast day. That's from his dad, Ryan Matheny. Let's go, Jack Windler. 314-369-3289. That is the text message line as well. Go, Harry Pendleton. That's from Grammy and Grandpa. And great-grandma Lou. I think that's the first great-grandma, grandfather that we've had chime in all weekend. So great to see them getting a chance to watch. Let's go, Big Ty from Scott Schaefer. Come on, Cameron. A lot of shout-outs coming across the board right now. All right, here's what we got in heat number 2. It's Noah Hoffman in lane number 1. It's Cameron Schutz in lane number 2. Gavin Joyner in lane number 3. Johnny Laird in lane number 4. It's Mark Lee in 5. Tyler Matheny in 6. And Jack Windler in 7. A lot of shout-outs so far for them. Go strong, Aiden. A whoop, whoop from Beth Stone. She's been whooping it up all weekend for the heat swimmers. Sandy Crook says go, Tyler. First one to the wall here in lane number 7 with a very strong butterfly is Jack Windler. He's a 15-year-old for Parkway. No previously recorded time. No previously recorded time either for Hoffman or Schutz in lanes 1 and 2. And right now, Hoffman in second place in that backstroke. Those two young men are 13-year-olds. So you have all 13-year-olds with the exception of Matheny. He's a 14-year-old in lane 6, and then Windler, 15-year-old in lane number 7. Let's go, Hoffman. Go strong, Aiden. And keep it rolling. What we found over the course of the weekend, not really sure how it happens, but when they get a shout out, we can mention it on the air, seems to give those swimmers a little bit of an energy boost. They're channeling it somehow. Gavin George says, win it, Ryan. You've got this. Well, let's see if we can keep rolling. Ryan George, and he'll be in the next heat in lane number 8. Right now we go into the breaststroke, middle of the pool. Lane number 5, and that's Mark Lee. We've seen him swim fast all weekend long. Previous best time in this one is the 3:12.24. That's by Johnny Laird. He's in lane number 4. Mark Lee just behind him at 3:15.29. They want to get down to that 2:39.99 range. That is the B time. Right now they are on track to do it. Also top of the screen, going strong is Noah Hoffman and then Jack Windler in lane number 7. They are the two that are ahead of everyone else. Coming on strong, making a play as well is Cameron Schutz. Very good in the breaststroke. Right now looking like there's a golden opportunity to get that double B time Not sure they've got enough juice. They won't get quite under the cut for the A time, but bottom of your screen right now, going extra strong is Jack Windler. He wants to go under 228. He's going to have to get to the wall quickly. He seems to be slowing just a little bit. Not going to get there, but he will record a solid B time with Jack Windler. 2:39.99 is that time, and he goes 2:33.36. So nice job for him. Coming in second in the heat at 2:39.01 and getting that B time is Noah Hoffman. Nice job to those two young men. They get that first established cut as we round things out. Got to go Aiden and go Heat. Juliet Crone-Willis chiming in. Third in the heat in lane number 5 is Mark Lee. We talked about him a moment ago. And Cameron Schutz in lane number 4, followed in behind by Johnny Laird. Then Tyler Matheny with a 3:06.67 as he drops 24 seconds. He's had a tremendous meet all weekend long. Has Tyler. Continue to achieve, continuing to drop time. Parents very proud of that young man. Of course, he competes in the Paralympics as well. And he is a force to be reckoned with, folks. Always nice to see these young men come out and achieve some time cuts, a personal best, whatever it might be. A lot of personal bests across the board in that particular event. In fact, every single one of those swimmers, I believe, it recorded a personal best. And a couple of them got their first ever established time. We got 2 B cuts with Hoffman and Windler, so congratulations to them. Actually, Windler's a 15-year-old, so I have to look that up. But nonetheless, tremendous time for him at 2:33.36, so my apologies about that. Way to go, Tyler. A lot of good message board shout-outs for him. You can text us as well at 314-369-3289. We go to heat number 3. Adam Barnes, he's in lane number 1 with Ethan Melson in lane number 2. Luke Deutschman in lane number 3. Ethan Hill in lane number 4. It's Harry Pendleton in lane number 5. Kevin Wong in lane number 6. Aiden Eastman in 7. And Ryan George in lane number 8. Just got the shot out a minute ago. All 8 of these swimmers are 13 years old. First one touching in lane number 1 from heat is Aiden Eastman. Now they'll switch over to the backstroke. Now, again, you're going to see these strokes maybe ebb and flow. Kimberly Pilkington says, go Adam. You got this, Taco, swim fast. That's from Beth Stone. Laura Adams says, Adam Barnes is a super swimmer. He's doing well right now. He's up in lane number 1. But the 2 heading the pack here on this backstroke are Eastman and Deutschman. They are in lanes 7 and 3 respectively. It'll be Deutschman just out touching Eastman there as they go into the wall by 0.3 of a second. And they'll go back the other way. Now they'll switch to the breaststroke, and this is a stroke that can make a difference for a lot of different swimmers. Some of them very adept and can go very fast in this one. Some of the swimmers might struggle with this particular stroke. Right now, you see Ryan George really starting to close the gap. He's in lane number 8 at the bottom of your screen. Also in lane number 4, it's Ethan Hill. He came in with a 2:50.75. He had the fastest preliminary time coming in. These youngsters are positioning themselves nicely to go low and see if they can't get that B or double B cut. First one to the wall as he stretches it out a little bit. In lane number 3 is Luke Deutschman. He's going to touch in under 2 minutes, so in order to get that cut, being come back with a really nice freestyle time, he may be able to get into that double B. Needs about 29-second split to do that. He is right on pace to do it right now, folks, on the flip turn. If he's got something left in the tank, he's going to go get it. We got 3 swimmers vying for second place right now. In lane number 4, it's Hill with Eastman and George in lanes number 7 and 8. Right now, coming down to it, though, he's going to try and get under that 2:28 cut. Not going to quite make it, but he will get a solid B time. Will be Deutschman. He's going to have a personal best by a long shot in this one. 2:32.81 for him. See if anybody else gets under the cut line. Second place in the heat at 2:40.53. Just missing it is Eastman, followed by George. Then in lane number 4, it's Hill. Then Pendleton. Rounding things out are Wong, Barnes, and Melson. Great swims for all those young men, dropping across the board for most of those youngsters. In fact, they all get a personal best time, with a number of them going well under 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 0.69 for Ethan Melson, as he still dropped almost 2 seconds. All right, heat number 4 coming up now. No one in lane number 1, so it'll be Stephen Bockhorst in lane number 2 for heat, 15-year-old. Tyler Scheidler in lane number 3. It's Zidane Riza in lane number 4, Emmett Shank in lane number 5, Tyler Richter in lane number 6. It's Thomas Postingle in lane number 7, and David Nyer in lane number 8.
Event 43, boys.
Best time previously in this one is Zidane Riza, and he is at a 29.87. He would love to go under and get that double beat time. Great job, boys. Go Bockhorst. That's from Beth Stone. Personal best. Nice. That's from Laos, so she wants us to give a shout out. Way to go, Adam Barnes. Kevin. Coach Bart Prosser giving a shout out to my partner, Kevin Girth, as he should. Kevin bringing you all the sights and sounds here of this one. Right into your living room, your kitchen table, your car. We know some people are just hanging out in Kirkwood, Missouri in their vehicle. Nice warm heater, cell phone, or a tablet. As we switch over and go now to this breaststroke. Lane number 5 is Emmett Shank. He's very good in this event. Came in with a 2:31.24. Expect him to go for that A time here in this one. He may sniff it at 2:17. He's good at the breaststroke, and he's starting to strengthen out that lead a little bit. Riza right in behind him in lane number 4. But it's Emmett Shank right now. Of course, we've been getting shout-outs from the Shanks all weekend long. We'll say hi to them, and thanks for subscribing and joining. Share, like, and subscribe, folks. That's what we want you to do. The Shank now widens out his lead a little bit. He'll touch the wall. He'll look to come back. If he can come back in about 25 seconds, which will be awfully fast, he's got a chance, but he's right now seemed to be picking up the energy. He is picking up the energy. Emmett Shank now is going to touch the wall. He's got an opportunity to get that A time here, folks. That would be a significant drop for him. Let's see if he can get in there now. Let's cheer him on, folks. Here he comes. 2:17.09. That's the time to beat. He's not going to quite get it, but he will go to under the double B cut, which he previously did not have, so he'll achieve a new time standard for him, and Emmett Shank hits it. Gets a round of applause from his teammate there. Lane number 5, 2:21.86. Great job for young Emmett. He'll get that double B time. He'll drop 10 seconds off his previous second place in that heat in lane number 4 was Riza. Riza does achieve a personal best at 2:28.34, followed by lane number 8, David Nyer, with a nice drop of 16 seconds. Lane number 3 at 2:32.70. In this one was Scheidler. He also gets a personal best. Everybody with personal best in this one will round things out with Richter, followed by Bockhorst, and then Postingle. So great job to those young men. We'll call that a sweep on the time drops. All right, here we go. 8 full in. 13, 14-year-olds and a 16-year-old in this one. It's Alex McGee in lane 1, Ryan Wong in lane number 6. Daniel Lansbaum is in. Wong's in lane number 2. Daniel Lansbaum's in lane number 3. William Chen's in lane number 4. Sorry about that. Nate Bowers in 5. Aiden Ellis, he's the one in 6. Owen Sattler is in lane 7. And Aiden Edgington is the 16-year-old in lane number 8. Very powerful, strong. Look at that water get displaced right now after that powerful butterfly. First one right now, lane number 6. Very strong is Aiden Ellis. He swims for heat. He's a 14-year-old. He's got about, maybe a half a body length lead thus far. All personal best. People keep shouting out. Keep going, boys. A couple more shout-outs on the text line. Go Zanman. We're all with you. That's Meemaw and Pawpaw, spelled with an X, X-A-N-M-A-N. Nice compliment along the text line. Shout out to Grayson Mueller on the next one. That's from Lisa. We say hi to Lisa, Parkway parent. Good to see her chiming in. course, she'll come and help out in time and do all the other volunteering as Parkway parents do. Right now, breaststroke, this is the one that tends to what we call shorten the pool, if you will. This is a difference maker stroke, and we see Ellis come back to the pack a little bit right now, and Nate Bauer starts to stretch out and impose his breaststroke will on the field. William Chen in lane 4 also, but going strong. All these swimmers still in there. It's Wong up in lane number 2, and Lansbaum really closing the gap in lanes number 3. Young Daniel very good at the breaststroke right now. He closed a considerable gap there. He's an up-and-comer for the Parkway program, having just recently turned 13. Right now, though, middle of the pool, it's Nate Bauer in lane number 5, followed by William Chen in lane number 4. Lane number 3, also very strong from Rockwood, is Ryan Wong. It's going to come right down to it, folks, and we've got a battle in the middle of the pool. Let's look at this one, and let's watch it come down. Lane number 4 and lane number 5. It's Chen and Bauer. Right now, Chen, he's going to take the lead. He's going to take it going home, and let's see what his time comes in at. William Chen, the 14-year-old from Parkway. And actually, it was Wong out touching at the wall, Bauer. So at 2:21:30, that's a solid double B time for William Chen as he shatters his previous best by over 2 seconds. And we've got drops across the board for almost every one of the swimmers. Not quite everyone, but almost every one of the swimmers. A lot of double B cuts. They're all underneath that double B time with the exception of one who already had the cut. So nice job in that heat. Exciting coming down to the end. Here's Grayson. He just got the shout out. Grayson Miller, top of your screen, lane number 1. Xander Stone, he got the shout out as well. That's Zan the man. He's from Heaton, a 16-year-old. Spencer Kinsey, he's in lane 3. Isaac Reddy is in lane 4. Andy Assinger is in lane number 5, a 17-year-old. Caleb Galvin in lane number 6. Ian Pfeiffer's in 7, and Ryan Lipsky is in lane number 8. All good swimmers here in this one, folks. You've heard those names throughout the weekend. Go to Reed Latal. He'll be swimming in just a moment. Your Boston family's watching. That's our first chime in from Boston this weekend. Go strong, Xander, Isaac, and Caleb. And, of course, it's Beth Strone, so you know what she's got. The good old-fashioned whoop, whoop. Not sure how that comes across on the air, but hopefully it's not too annoying when I say that. Way to go, Ethan Hill. Good shout-out. Of course, waiting for that big heat number 7 for Tanner Hillsman is his grandfather, Ron. We want to say hi to Ron. We say hi to all the folks that are out there listening and watching, but Ron's a special one. He comes to all the swim meets. Pains him not to be able to watch his grandsons compete in these meets, but we bring in the sights and sounds and look forward to having him back inside these natatoriums around the area and around the country. Both of his young grandsons, elite swimmers, and they get to travel around in the zones and the sectionals and whatnot, and we'll see him competing there. Right now in this breaststroke, stretching things out right now in lane number 2, it's Zan the man Stone. Xander Stone, he'll be the first one to touch in this breaststroke. He's got a really good time thus far. 2:21.74 is his previous best. He should be able to bring this back in less than 40 seconds on this freestyle. Second place in the heat right now is Isaac Reddy. Also from heat, both of those two swimmers. And then in third place, down in lane number 7, is Ian Pfeiffer, swimming very strong right now. The cut for the 13 and 14-year-olds is 2:28.49 for that double B. That's what they really would like to get under. Most of them have that already. Some are going for that 2:17.09. We'll see if anybody gets it. First one into the wall here on the freestyle will be Xander Stone, and he comes in at a personal best of 2:13.79, a drop of 8 seconds for him. Nice job. Second place in the heat, and lane number 4 is Reddy, also with a personal best of 2:16.28. Third place down in lane number 7, 2:17.78, and that just off the A time. That was Ian Pfeiffer rounding things out, and lane number 1 is Miller with a 2:18.66. He drops 5 seconds. And then we've got Assinger, Lipsky, Galvin, and Kinsey. All right, this is at heat number 7. Ron, here it comes. We've got Tyler Wilkinson in lane number 1, and then your grandson, Tanner Hillsman, in lane number 2. Nolan Earlywine, his mother and father, Sean and Andrew Shirley, watching today as he competes in lane number 3. Reed Latal in lane number 4, and Will Cottles in 5. Sam Bolas in 6. Bennett Christopherson not swimming today in lane number 7, and William Jost in lane number 8. He has been coming on strong for the Parkway program over the last year as young William starts to fill out and grow. A lot of shout-outs on the message boards. Can't get to them all right now, but we'll try and do the best we can. Get you the text. Great job, Steven from Non. Middle of the pool now as we're in the backstroke. Lane number 4 in this one. That is that is Reed Littall, 2:13.88. He had the best preliminary time. Reed is a 16-year-old. Nolan Earlywine, a 15-year-old. 15 years old for Cotto, Bola, and Christofferson. Christofferson's not here. And 14, Wilkinson and Jost in the outside lanes in 1 and 2, and then Tanner Hillsman, just a 13-year-old. But he's holding his own right now, and the breaststroke is a good stroke for him. Expect him to pick up some ground. We're watching also in lane number 5, Will Cotto close a tremendous amount of gap, but I want to give you some credit here. As we look at Reed Littall as he starts to stretch it out, but look at Tanner Hillsman in lane number 2. He's closing the gap, and they're going to be pretty close to even as they touch the wall. It will be Reed first, followed right in there by Tanner. Let's see who's got any of the jets left in those legs here, as it's, again, Littall, followed by Hillsman, and then in lane number 6, it's Bola. Bola right now seems to have the most energy with that gold cap. Sam Bola from Rockwood, the 15-year-old. He'll overtake everybody. He'll have first place. And then it's Hillsman, followed closely in behind by Littall. Will Cottle in lane 5. Who's going to get it as we come to the wall for the heat? It will be Bola. Right in behind him is Hillsman, followed by Littall. Then it's Cottle. Coming in right behind them is Earlywine. Wrapping things up. Down up in lane number 1 will be Wilkinson, and then William Jost, all with great times here this afternoon. But trying to get those cuts, Tanner Hillsman in lane number 2, 2:12.20, and he is just off of that double A time. So he drops 4 seconds in his time. So nice job for him. Wilkinson just a little off his time, as if Jost and all the older young men, they all dropped some time in this event. Great job. All right, here we go. Second last heat here in this one. We've got 8 swimmers, and we've got Vincent Hager at the top of the screen in lane number 1. Of course, his mom, Trish Hager, she is part of the Parkway board. She's been out here volunteering all weekend long. We saw his younger sister earlier swimming here, and of course his older brother Gavin used to be a coach. Grant Owen in lane number 2. It's Braden Shear, strong swimmer, very good in the butterfly and in the backstroke. He's right now in lane number 3. Alex Chen, fastest time in this one at 2:08.80. He could go much lower than that. We've seen him swim very well this weekend. He's in 4. Atticus Sternke, he's in lane 5. He's from Hannibal. He's a 14-year-old, and next to him is a 14-year-old from Heat, Jaden Yarborough. Also can go very low in this one. Lewis Chen, he's in lane 7 from Rockwood, and then Zach Pazinski, a 16-year-old from Rockwood in lane number 8. Right now, middle of the pool, lane number 5, that is Atticus Sternke. Closely in behind him in lane number 2 is Grant Owen. Again, the older kids, really the 15 and overs, what they're looking for is that sectional cut. The sectional cut is 159.99. Right now on this breaststroke, looking really strong, middle of the pool, that bright purple cap from the Hannibal squad is Atticus Sternke. He's a 14-year-old. Came in again with a 2:10.30. That's good enough for a double A time. He wants a 2:05.69. He wants that triple, folks, and right now he's on pace to get it. Let's look and see if he can go out and chase it. Right in behind him, boy, we've got an exciting finish come down. It's Alex Chen. Braden Shear also in lane number 3. Right in there with him also is Grant Owen, and then down at the bottom of your screen in lane number 8, Zach Pazinski. They're all vying for it. Just a few more ticks of the clock to get in underneath it. It's Sternke. Can Atticus Sternke get in under 2:05? I think he's going to do it, folks. Let's see. 2:05.62, and he gets it by .07. Atticus Sternke with the triple A. Well, a nice way to round that one out. 2:05.62 as he does it. Right in behind, pushing him all the way was Chen. Alex Chen right in there with the double A time. We'll round things out in that heat with Owen, followed closely in behind by Braden Shearer with a great time of 2:10.87, which is right on his previous best. And then it is Chen, Yarborough, Pazinski, and Vincent Hager. All right, here we go. Big boys in the pool now. 15-year-old Callum Shank will start things off in lane number 1. Jeffrey G is in lane number 2. Carter Crook in lane number 3. Mason Caulfield in lane number 4. Kelvin Crone Willis, he is in lane number 5. He'll be the tallest competitor here today. Matthew Judkins is in 6. Gavin Baldus in 7. And Colin Schaefer, C Money, in lane number 8. Right now, hitting the wall first will be Caulfield, followed by Crone Willis and Judkins as we go into the backstroke. They stretch it out a little bit. This is where some things can change a little bit. Right now, Caulfield in the middle of the pool, 157.93. That is well under the cut. He's an 18-year-old. Crone Willis also an 18-year-old at 203.17. And then coming in right under that is Crook at 203.36, 203.70 for Judkins. They want to see if they can't go low. It's really going to be about the breaststroke for those 4 competitors to see who has the best breaststroke and can they break it. But right now, it is Mason Caulfield, and he does have a very good breaststroke. This is sometimes where we see some of the swimmers not quite be as strong in that stroke, and we'll know from Judkins right away if he's going to be able to hold it. But look at Carter Crook at the top of the screen. He's up in lane number 3 right now, and he's giving Caulfield a run for his money. Judkins also holding in there, but he's going to have to be very strong if he wants to maintain it. Crone Willis holding in there as well. We've got 4 for the victory here in this one. If they can stay with Mason, they might all get that sectional cut. Judkins now coming on, Crook coming on, and it's Mason Caulfield. He's in lane number 4. We've got an exciting one here, folks. We're not going away, but right now it is Caulfield and Crook taking the lead. Judkins will touch in 3rd, then Crone Willis coming on strong in lane number 2 as well as Jeffrey G, who's got the kick now in the freestyle. Right now it looks like it's Mason Caulfield, followed closely in behind by Crook. Into the wall first, it's going to be Caulfield as they go back for the final 25. Down the stretch they come, folks. Stay with us. Who's going to get it? Does Judkins have any kick left? Does Crook have any kick left? Or is it going to be Caulfield holding them off? It's going to be Caulfield. He'll be first one in the wall. Second place is going to go to Judkins and then Crook right away. I don't know if they shaved any time. Maybe not their fastest in the world, but we'll see here in just a minute. 2:01.56 for Caulfield. Judkins at a personal best of 2:01.98. Crook also with a very good time of 2:02.93, so he gets a personal best. Crone Willis 2:05.73, also with a very strong time. Well, none of them quite got that sectional cut. They were all around it, folks, but they gave us a heck of a race to watch, and they came right down to the stretch. 5th and 6th place in lanes 8 and 7. Colin Schaefer with a 2:08.41. He's right there in it. That's a double A time for him. 2:10.06 in 6th place for Baldus. Nice time for Gavin, not quite where he wanted to be. And then rounding things out, Jeffrey D and Callum Shank also with very strong times as they came right down to the end on that one. What a race and good. Always fun to be able to call your son's race, see him go out and compete. Go Grant from Mama and Pawpaw. We're watching. We didn't get that one in. And proud Papa for Tanner as he did great in that previous race. A lot of shout outs there in that previous one. We had a lot of good swimmers in that one. High level, folks, and that's what it's all about. Now we're in the 100-yard freestyle. The pace will slow down here a little bit for these next couple of heats. We've got a couple swimmers who do not have, or 3 swimmers actually, who do not have a previously recorded time. It's Emma Carcamo, I hope I pronounced that correctly, from Rockwood. She's a 13-year-old, along with Anna Novak, who did very well in that 200-yard IM earlier, and then Mahi Chichani, she is in lane number 5 as well. 3 13-year-olds, 2 for Rockwood, 1 for Parkway. A couple more shout-outs for Matthew and Carter as they got personal bests in that previous race. One from his mother and his sister for Matthew Judkins, and his grandmother timing him as well. He was hoping to get that sectional cut. He just missed it. But a good race nonetheless. First one into the wall here on this one is Anna Novak. Nice time for her at 1:11.39. She is just off the B time and her first ever time competing in this event. That B time for these young ladies is 1:10.59. Well, you want to know how we were able to keep talking, keep bringing these pictures and staying up with the events. It's a steady diet of Dr. Pepper and water up here in the press box for Kevin Girth and myself. We'll catch our breath here as we get into this next heat. Big fun, though, all the way around here at the Walker Natatorium. We'll drop into heat number 2. Haley Meek is in lane number 2, and it's Sydney Vachi in lane number 3, followed by Louise Goldcamp in lane number 4. Lane number 5 is Savannah Cusinelli No one in lane 6, and Leah Bledsoe is in lane number 7. Those are our 5 competitors here in this one. We got to go, Leah. Proud of you. Nice shout out on the text line. Got a lot of good shout outs on that message board as well. We want to keep getting those subscribers up. Let's see if we can't get that up to 760, folks. We've topped 170, 750. We're now at 754. It'd be great to, we're up to 758. 760, can we do it? Can we get a solid 100 for the day? I don't know. We're asking a lot, but all you got to do is go in and subscribe to YouTube. You can get all your favorite stuff. Your kids probably have subscriptions, folks. Why shouldn't you? We come down to it here now on the back half of this 100-yard freestyle. It's Leah Bledsoe. She is in lane number 7. She'll be the first one to touch the wall. Nice time for her. She'll go under 113. She'll shatter her previous best time in this one. 111.58 for that young lady. Just again off of that B time. So nice job for her. She drops 30 seconds off her previous best time. Second place in the heat in lane number 5 was Savannah Cusinelli at 114. Followed in there behind her by Vachi in lane 3. Then it was Meek in lane number 2 and Goldcamp. Now special heat coming up for us up here in the booth. It'll be Bronwyn Miller in lane number 1 from Rockwood, but then in lane number 2 is young Ava Girth, and you might have heard in the background some cheering going on. The big advantage for us being up here in the broadcast booth, myself and Kevin Girth, is we actually get to be here and watch our kids compete. And right now, Ava is in lane number 2. Rizel Mendoza in lane 7, or lane 3. She's a 17-year-old. Ava Stitch is in lane 4. Ava Muleman is in lane 5. Julia Egelhoff is in lane 6. Kelsey Morrison is in 7. And Lily Crecilius is in lane number 8. Well, we got 3 girls with the name Ava here in this particular heat. It's Ava Girth in 2, Ava Stick in lane number 4, and Ava Muleman in lane number 5. First one to the wall in lane number 7 is Kelsey Morrison, 13-year-old for Rockwood. More shout-outs along the message line here. Let's go, Ava. Well, there's 3 of them. Kevin Girth saying that one for his son. First one into the wall here. Lane number 7 is Kelsey Morrison. Her previous time of 1:16.79, 1:08.58 for her. Nice time. And that is good enough, folks, for the B time, just off of the double B time of 1:05.99. Thanks for all the kind words. Everybody shouting out. Go Kelsey. That's from Mary Liston. Grandpa Humphrey saying, great swim to Carter. He did a tremendous job. Carter's got a big one coming up, folks. I want you to stay tuned to watch this young man compete later today in that 200-yard backstroke. He has been on all weekend long, even though his best strokes haven't really been swam yet. The 200-yard backstroke is his best event, and later today he's going to be going for a personal best again. So stay tuned and watch that one here later in the program. Great job, Audrey. You rock. That's from Gerard Nolan. All right, here we go now. We're in now. It's Carly Keski in lane number 1, Whitney Benting in lane number 2, Ella Wojcik in lane number 3, Ella Jones is in 4, Sandra Kim is in 5, Cora Donaldson's in 6, Maddie Wimberly is in 7, and Victoria Tanduyaya in lane number 8. And my apologies to that family for butchering the last name. I'm going to refer to her as Victoria. That way I don't continually mispronounce your last name. And right now she's in second place here in this heat. It's Ella Jones in lane number 4. Give us a shout out now, 314-369-3289. That's the message line. That's the text line, or put it right there on that message board. Jennifer Moore saying, let's go, sis. She's got the shamrocks and the muscles. As Jones will come in first here in this heat. Nice job for her. 1:04.97 for that young lady. She'll get the double B time. She'll drop almost 6 seconds. Good job all the way across the board. A lot of achievements there. Number of beat times, number of double beat times. Actually, just one double beat time, but Victoria comes in second in the heat. She does get the beat time, followed in behind by Wimberly, Benting, Kim, then Keski, Donaldson, and Wuchik. All right. Heat number 5, lane number 1 is Sadie Kalmus. It's Abby Schneider in lane number 2, Penelope Alcott in lane number 3, Catherine Campbell's in 4, Alexandra LaFiore in lane number 5, Marissa Benny in lane number 6, Emily Disper in 7, Mia Crandall in lane number 8. Now, we know some of you were watching yesterday and gave us a shout out. Let's do it again here today. Best time here in this heat is Catherine Campbell in lane number 4, the 14-year-old for Rockwood. Right now, she's just in behind Alexandria LaFiore from Heat. She's the 16-year-old in lane number 5. She had the second best preliminary time of 108.13. She'll be the first one to touch the wall as we come back for this last 25. A couple more shout-outs to Go Bob the Builder from Lucy LaFiore. First one into the wall here will be Alexandria LaFiore in lane number 5. She'll come in with a nice time, 103.60. So she saves 5 seconds off her previous best, 104.34. Next best one is Catherine Campbell in this one, and she is going to get that BB time. Rounding things out here will be Kalmus, followed by Alcott in a tie with Disper. Then it's Benny, Schneider, and then Mia Crandall rounding things out with a drop of 2 seconds. Annie Mangan in lane number 1. It's Maddie Stoner in lane number 2. Kaylee Moore, in lane number 3. Cece Tremont is in 4. Adeline Stevens is in lane 5. Lily Driscoll is in 6. Ava Astringer is in lane 7, and Kaylin Lowry in lane 8. Right now, Lowry, the 16-year-old for Rockwood, is pushing the envelope. She is about a body length and a half ahead of everyone else. Go, Maddie Stoner. Be awesome. Great race ladies from Karen Alcott. Cletus Alcott said, yay, Penn. You got this, Kaylee from Beth Stone. All kinds of good shout-outs here. Right now, bottom of the screen, it's Kaylin Lowry. She's in first place in the heat. Second place in the heat, up in lane number 1, is Annie Mangan, who's going to be the first one to the wall for that second place. Right now, middle of the pool, also looking very strong in 5 and 6. It's Steffens and Driscoll. First one to the wall again will be Lowry. Lowry will come in at 1 minute, 0.63, so her personal best by 6.5 seconds. And behind her in lane number 5 was Steffens at 102.39. That's a solid double B time for her as well. In that heat, lane number 1 is Mangan, followed by Moore. Lane number 6, Driscoll, then Tremont, Assinger, and Stoner rounds things out. All right, Sarah Locke is in lane number 1. It's Evan Lashley in lane number 2. Kate Grogan in lane number 3. Vienna Schindler in lane number 4. Liz Myers is in 5. Stephanie Rose is in 6. Anna Abig in 7. And Maria Parisi is in lane number 8. Middle of the pool so far. Top 2 are Krogan and Schindler. Krogan from Parkway is a 17-year-old. Her previous best time of 102.25 and a 102.16 from Schindler. 13-year-old. Also looking very strong right now is Evan Lashley, the 13-year-old in lane number 2 for Rockwood. She had a very good turn off of that last push on the block. Go girls, that's from Jennifer Moore. So proud of you, Alex and Kaylee from Beth Stone. Down they come in this final half of the pool. Kate Krogan, she'll take the heat here. It's going to be a battle for second place. Right now it's Schindler, Lashley, and Myers. They're battling for that second place. Krogan will come in first, followed closely in behind by Lashley in lane 2. Lane 3 is Schindler. 1 minute, 0.54 for Krogan, and she drops 2 seconds right in behind her. 103.11 and 103.16 respectively for Lashley and Schindler, just a little bit off their previous best times. And then it was Parisi followed by Abig. Myers, Rose, and then Locke. Go to Lily. Get a shot out here. Tracker. Still in this girls' 100-yard freestyle. It's Olivia Trost up in lane number 1 for Rockwood. Daphne Bishop's in lane 2 for Rockwood. Serena Huang in lane number 3. Olivia Clerico in lane 4. Audrey Wagner's in 5. Jordan Moulton is in 6. Alexa Monacconi is in lane 5. And Ellie Green is in lane number 8. Sprinkling of 13, 14, 15, and 16-year-olds in this particular heat. Right now, middle of the pool, where we're at, except for lane number 7. All of a sudden, Monacconi, she starts to separate herself a little bit from the field. She's in that red swimsuit, blue cap, lane number 7. She'll be the first one into the wall here, followed closely in behind. In second place with the third was Moulton, then Wagner, then Clerico. Lane number 8 was Green, followed by Huang, Bishop, and Trost. Good times, a lot of them under a minute there in that one. That'll get them into that A time. No one quite with that double A time, but 4 swimmers with that A time. In fact, 5 swimmers, because Ellie Green beat it by .06. So the 5 swimmers at the bottom of your screen, they all get that A time. Double B time for the other 3. Genevieve Hahn is in lane number 1. Michaela Pipes is in 2. Annabelle Cook is in lane number 3. Reagan Fries is in 4. Ava McLeod is in 5. Sophia Chadzaxian is in lane number 6. Elizabeth Tyson is in 7. And Sammy Sylvester is in lane number 8. Best time in this one, Reagan Fries at 58.83. Right now, she'll be the second one to touch the wall, right in behind Elizabeth Tyson. Tyson, a 16-year-old, 13-year-old for Sylvester. The other 6 competitors, all 14 years old. Coming down to it, if they want to get that double A time, no one had it yet previously, but it's a 57.99 for the 13 and 14-year-olds. Right now, it's Reagan Fries, middle of the pool, lane number 4. She's got the lead, followed closely behind by Tyson. Now Tyson might have outstretched her just a little bit. It goes back to the Fries, but look out in lane number 2. It's Michaela Pipes. First one into the wall, and it will be Reagan Fries in lane number 4 with the time of 58.16. So Reagan Fries drops more than a half a second off of her previous one. Nice job for her. Doesn't quite get to that double A time, which is 57.99, but a great drop for her in lane number 4. Followed in behind her, right behind her at 58.56. 0.4 of a second was Pipes. 58.98 in lane number 7. And then a 59.07 for McLeod. For all those youngsters, they go under that minute. They all get that double A time, or they get that single A time. So congratulations to them, and also getting that time in lane number 6 was Chadzaxian, because she came in 1:48. The cut is 1:49, so she beats it by .01. Nice job to all those young ladies coming in there with that one. Quick little maintenance going on with one of the blocks. Rounding things out as we close it. Also getting that cut was in lane number 3 was Annabella Cook. We can't forget about her. And then rounding out in lane number 6 was, or lane number 8 was Hong. So nice job, Sammy Sylvester. Good job to all those young ladies. Final heat here of this 100 freestyle. Brenna Pfeiffer in lane 1. Brianna Wilkinson in lane 2. Madeline Johnson is in lane number 3. Ainsley Bennett, the 16-year-old from Hannibal, in lane 4. She may win this one going away. She's 16 years old. She's very fast. Her teammate, though, from Hannibal, Audrey Nolan, is in lane number 5. Lexi Cook is in lane 6. Isabella Clerico is in lane 7. And Nora Abnauer is in lane number 8. A lot of shout-outs to these young ladies. Awesome swims for the ladies from Sandy Cook. Way to good job, Reagan, from Ryan Matheny. Also, Ellie and Sammy, way to go. So a lot of good shout-outs along that text line. We're coming right down to it here as we turn and go the other way. Right now it is Ainsley and Audrey going 1 and 2. Ainsley Bennett, she's the 16-year-old. Audrey Nolan is the 17-year-old. First one in, and it will be, well, it was on the stroke, folks, and it was a great stroke that time by Audrey Nolan. She was about a half a length behind Bennett, and Bennett had an extra stroke in there at 54.84. And 54.90, that's the difference, folks, in that one. 0.06 between those two. Third place in the heat goes to Lexi Cook. She was flying down the pool at 56.40, so she drops and gets her personal best time by 0.26, followed closely and behind at 56.90 for Madeline Johnson. Great job for her. All those young ladies flying down the pool.
100-yard freestyle. Heat 4, report to the bullpen.
All right, boys, 100-yard freestyle here. Right back in it. No rest for the weary. Patrick Long is in lane number 3. Johnny Laird is in 4. Gavin Joyner is in lane 5, and Sam Gerald is in lane number 6. Sam and Patrick do not have previously established times. They are right now out ahead of the other two. Patrick is a 15-year-old for Parkway, and Sam is a 14-year-old for Rockwood. They come down, they're going to get it. A lot of good emojis on that message board. Make sure you keep giving those shout-outs. You can message us on the text line 314-369-3289 as young Sam Gerald comes in. Previously had no established time, and he comes in at a 57.78. Nice job for that young man. Solid double B time for him. Not far off of the A time. Patrick Long in a 1 minute .37, and that will give him a double B time as well by .52. 117 and 118 respectively for Laird and Joyner. All right. Mark Lee is in lane number 2. Shreyas Poliver is in lane number 2. Tyler Matheny is in lane number 4. Ryan George in lane number 5. Aiden Workman in 6. And Adam Barnes is in 7. Ryan Matheny reminding young Ty, hey, let's keep those goggles on. We've seen that happen a number of times throughout our contest today. We saw a young man swim the entire 100 without goggles earlier this morning in the 11 and 12s. He came in second place in the heat. Ryan George right now, first one to the wall in lane number 5, followed closely in behind by Lee in lane number 2. Fastest time coming in, Tyler Matheny at 1:14.73. Go Adam. That's from Dave Barnes and Lauren Rao. Ryan George, though, he'll take the cake here in this heat. Came in at 1:15.81. He's going to be way under that one. Nice job for him. Second place in the heat will go to Lee, followed by Poliver. So 105.15, and that will give him the B cut for Ryan George. Third place in the heat goes to Barnes, followed by Matheny at 1:14.15, so he drops more than a half a second in that one, and then that'll round things out. So nice job to all those youngsters. Excuse me, I missed Workman in there. He did well, also dropping 2 seconds.
Event 61, boys 100-yard freestyle.
All right, here we go. Heat number 3 of 9. Cameron Schutz, he's in lane 1. Harry Pendleton's in lane number 2. Francisco Sala in lane number 8. Thomas Ponsnagel in lane number 4, with Noah Hoffman in lane number 5. It's Kevin Wong in lane number 6. Ethan Melson in 7, and Tyler Scheidler in lane number 8. All 13-year-olds with the exception of Ponsnagel. Ponsnagel comes in with the fastest time of 1:08.37. He is the first one to the wall on the split at 31.51. First one to the wall was Scheidler in lane number 8. He was just behind him. They were just fractions of a second difference. Noah Hoffman, you the man. That's from David Hoffman. Go Francisco. Let's go Cameron. Go Adam Barnes. You rock. Go Fran. That's from Marcelo Ramos. Let us know where you're chiming in from around the globe. See if we can get that 160. Or 760, excuse me. All right, first one in the wall now. Bottom of your screen. Looks like this is going to be Tyler Scheidler. It will be Tyler, 13-year-old. He'll come in with a blazing time of 1:04.31. Nice job for him. He'll get that B time as well.
Swimmers, exit the pool.
Next two fastest in this one in lanes 5 and 6 were Hoffman and Posnigal. Posnigal also dropping 2 seconds. He had the fastest preliminary time. Wong right in behind him. Then it was Pendleton, Schultz, Salah, and Melson. Everyone dropping time in that heat, exception of Melson and Salah, who were right on their previous bests. Owen Sattler's in lane number 1. Aiden Eastman is in 2. Emmett Shank is in 3. Jack Windler is lane number 4. No one in 5. David Nyer is in 6. Joe Cunningham is in 7th, and Ethan Hill is in lane number 8. So go Eastman on that message board. And that would be Aiden Eastman up in lane number 2. First one on the split in lane number 6 is David Nyer. We know he can go fast. He is a very fast freestyler. Right now, he's stretching it out. David Nyer, the 13-year-old, came in with a 104.01. He'd love to go under a minute, get that double B time. 56.59, that is the A time. Right now, it's Nyer a little bit ahead of everybody else by about half of a body length. He's stretching it out a little bit. Looks like he's got an opportunity to go under a minute. If he can do it, he will get that double B time. And young David will get that double B time. Nice swim for him. He'll come in at 59.15. Double B time for him as he drops almost 5 seconds. Nice job, David. Cut for this is 1 minute, 0.89. And we've got a number of swimmers who also achieved that. In fact, 4 more swimmers who get that cut in lanes number 4. Windler, also Shank in lane number 3, Sattler in lane number 1, and Cunningham in lane number 5. Ethan Hill and Aiden Eastman also getting the solid B time, so they dropped some time as well. So everybody now getting that time achievement. Charlie Steert is in lane number 1 here in heat number 5. Spencer Kinsey's in lane 2. Beta Colley is in lane 3. Alex McGee is in 4. Tyler Wilkinson is in lane number 5. Tyler Richter's in 6. Stephen Bockhorst in lane number 7. And Luke Deutschman in lane number 8. A lot of fast swimmers here in this particular heat. Right now, the fastest one is Beta Colley, the 15-year-old for Rockwood in lane number 3. Right in behind him in lane number 5 is his teammate, the 14-year-old Tyler Wilkinson. Right now, it's Colley and Wilkinson. They are body length ahead of everyone else. It's going to come right down to it, folks. Who's going to get this one? Right now, it looks like Wilkinson. He might overtake Colley. It looks like he will. He'll be the first one in to touch at the wall. Nice job for him. He's going to come in well under a minute. 57.14 for Wilkinson. And that is just off the A time. Nice job for him. Beta Colley comes in at 57.85, so he drops almost 3 seconds off his previous best. A lot of drops and a lot of double B times in there. Also getting that double B time in lane number 4 is McGee. Nice job for him. He already had it, as well as lane number 6, Bockhorst, who gets the B time. Double B time for the first time.
Heat 9 to the bullpen. Heat 9 to the bullpen.
The higher the heat number in this race, the faster the event goes. No one in lane number 7 here for this one, but it's Zidane Riza in lane number 1, Andy Assinger in 2, Ian Pfeiffer in 3, Ryan Lipsky's in 4, Xander Stoneman in 5. We just got a shout out for the Zan man from Beth Stone, Caleb Galvin in lane number 6, and then Nolan Earlywine down at the bottom of your screen in lane number 8. Anybody's race at this point. Middle of the pool. Right now in lane number 5, it is Xander Stone, the 16-year-old. Nolan Earlywine down in lane number 8, and in lane number 2, it's Assinger. First one to the wall will be lane number 5. It's Xander Stone. 54.41 for him. He beats his previous best time. Right in behind him in lane number 2 was Assinger. He also bests his previous time of 55.31 by more than 2 seconds at 55.31. Good enough for an A time for him. Nolan Earlywine right in behind him, 55.40. He drops almost 4 seconds, so way to go to Nolan, showing his athleticism in that one. Tie for 4th place between Riza and Galvin, and then rounding things out, Lipsky and Pfeiffer. Nice job for those young men. Swim, Reed, swim. That's the shout out here in this next one. It's Aiden Edgington in lane number 1, James Thompson in lane number 2. It is Reed the Tall in lane number 3. He got that shout out. Sam Bola in lane 4, AJ Becker's in 5, Colin Shapers in 6, Jake Tegetoff is in lane number 7, and Aiden Ellis is in lane number 8. Anybody's race at this point right now, slightly ahead of everybody else. In lane number 5 is AJ Becker. Right in behind him is Sam Bola. Only 13-year-old in this event right now is Colin Shaper in lane number 6 right now. He's just about in 3rd place, and he's got the strength. Is he going to overtake anybody? Maybe for 2nd, maybe for 1st. Right now in there it is Shaper, Becker, or it's Becker, Bola, and Shaper. First one into the wall, 1, 2, and 3 as it goes. Becker, Bola, Shaper, 51.88, followed by a 52.86 and a 53.11. That 53.11 from Colin Shafer is his fastest time. He was already under the cut by .02, but he increases that cut into that double A. So nice job for Colin. Also, AJ Becker came in at 53.14, goes out at 51.88. Folks, that is just off the AAA time, but a nice job by him. Great swims across the board there in that race. All right, here we go.
64.
Gavin Baldus is in lane number 1. It is Jaden Yarborough in lane 2, Zach Brzezinski in lane 3, Carter Crooks in lane 4, Atticus Sternke in 5, Max Zoo is in lane 6, Gabe Cusinelli in lane 7, and William Jost in lane number 8. Right now, it's lane number 5, Atticus Sternke. He went low earlier. He's going low right now. Crook right in behind him. They're 1 and 2. Followed in lane number 7 by Cusinelli. A couple of 14-year-olds followed by the 15-year-old. Right now, stretching it out a little bit, though, after a tremendous turn was Atticus Sternke. We'll see how he does off this one. He still remains first. 2nd place right now, and behind him is Max Zoo, followed by Crook. Very strong here, and this is Sternke. 51.85 is his previous best, and he will get just under that. 50.60 for Atticus Sternke, and that is a AAA time for him. Right in behind him in 2nd place, 51.61. Just off of the double A time is Max Zoo. He misses it by .03. 3rd place in that heat in lane number 1 with 50.80 is Gavin Baldus. Followed in there by Jost. Then Podzinski, Cusinelli, Crook, and Yarborough. Now, final heat here, this freestyle. All these swimmers are extremely fast. Grant Owen in lane number 1. It's Quinn Wolf in lane number 2. Connor Southers in lane number 3. It's Gabe Porter in lane number 4. Aiden Garlock is in 5. Seth Adams is in 6. Kelvin Crone Willis in 7. And Isaac Reddy. A lot of shout-outs for these young men as they get ready to do battle. Middle of the pool right now, it's Gabe Porter. He came in with a 49.61, 48.69. That is your cut for the sectional. All these swimmers are 15 and over. Garlock also with a 49.83. Right now it's Gabe Porter, and he's stretching it out a little bit. He's about a shoulder length ahead of everyone else. This next closest competitor is Garlock. This one's going to come down to it, folks. Also look at lane number 2. It's Quinn Wolf. Quinn can go fast. Can he get up there with Porter? Porter starting to stretch it out a little bit. Gabe Porter, he's going to take this one going away. Can he get under the sectional cut? Gabe Porter into the wall. He needed 48.68. Did he get it? Gabe Porter with a 49.15. Well, it's his personal best. He came in with a 49.61. He goes out with a 49.15, but it's still a half a second off of that sectional cut. What a swim by Porter, the 17-year-old. 2nd place in the heat at 49.70. Dropping off more than a second was the 16-year-old Quinn Wolf as they went right down to the edge. 50.01 for Aiden Garlock, a little bit off his best time, and then a 50.09 in lane number 3 for Connor Southers. That is a personal best for him as well. Boy, what a race that one was, folks. .06, I think I missed that, or 50.01 was Seth Adams. He was tremendous in that one, right in there with right behind Quinn Wolf as he drops almost a full second. 6th place in the heat goes to Isaac Reddy, then Crone Willis and Grant Owen. Well, no rest from the weary because we're right back at it with the young ladies. 100-yard breaststroke. These first couple will take a couple of minutes.
Event 64, girls 100-yard breaststroke.
4 competitors in this one, starting in lane number 2 with Mahi Chichani. She's in lane number 1. It's Kenna Rossenberger in lane number 2, Athena DeKinder in lane number 4, and Julia Egelhoff in lane number 5. So we've got 3 13-year-olds and a 14-year-old in DeKinder. No previously recorded times for 3 of the swimmers. The only one with a previously recorded time is Athena DeKinder with 1:54.15. That cut for a B cut is 1:27.99. As we watch these young ladies go down the pool with these great visuals from Kevin Girth, let me give you some more shout outs. Go Cameron, that's from Grandma and Grandpa. That was just a moment ago for the previous race. Get it done, Scuba Steve, another shout out for that previous one and a great race. All these coming in just a moment ago. Yay, Steven, that's from Grandma B. And let's go, Grant. You're awesome. Mama and Papa fan club, and they're over on the east side of the river in Illinois. We got a number of ones on the message board as well. We got a shout out from Charleston, South Carolina. Watching from Charleston is Sarah Cavallon. Go Ella W. Great swim to the boys from Sandy Crook. She's been watching all weekend long or volunteering, one of the two. Go Gavin and J-Dog. Go Carter. Go Schaefer. Double A Schaefer he was, and he is. Let's go Carter. Let's go William J. That's from Sandy. Gavin and J-Dog getting more shout-outs. First one down the pool now. She's going to significantly beat her previous best time, and that's DeKinder, or excuse me. Yeah, that's DeKinder. She'll come in under her previous best time at 1:38.74. Nice job, Athena. The other 4 swimmers establishing their first time, 1:42.57 and 1:43.51 respectively for Chichani and Rossenberger, and then Egelkoff with a 1:46.29 for young Julia. So great job for all those young ladies getting that first time in. You'll be at those time standards before you know it. That's a tough stroke, that 100-yard breaststroke. Five more heats of this one, folks. Bit of a scoreboard malfunction here briefly as we turn it over. They're checking out one of the pads and letting one of the swimmers take care of some final issues here. Heat number 2 will be Sydney Vachi in lane number 2, Ava Muehlman in lane number, Sydney Vachi in lane number 1, Ava Muehlman in lane number 2. Ava Girth is in lane number 3, Marissa Beanie is in lane number 4, Sadie Kalmus is in lane number 5, Lily Crescelius is in lane number 6, Whitney Benting in 7, and Megan Pinnell in lane number 8. Let's go, Ava Girth. She's going to kill it. And I think she will. She's done well all weekend long. Of course, she's got her dad up here giving her that IM. That's a little bit of a shout out. She gets that little extra energy. Somehow that vibe just seems to trickle right down to the pool. Little issue with the strobe light at this point. They're going to fix it real quick. And the scoreboard. Like, share, subscribe. That's what we want you to do right here on this Parkway YouTube channel. We'd love to get over 775 before the end of the day, folks. Now, remember, we're going to bring you this afternoon about 3:45. We're going to bring you that time trial. There's going to be a number of swimmers trying to compete, again, to get some time standards, whether it's for sectionals, whether it's trying to get in the NCSA or the ISCA. We'll bring you that action here as well. One of the best things about announcing this all weekend is we get a day off on Monday, so tomorrow we don't have to go to work. That is a plus on the other side of it. All right, looks like they've got just about everything worked out. They whistle it back in. Looks like Pinnell is scratched out of this one in lane number 8, so we'll just have 7 swimmers. Flying again, 1:27.99. No one has that time yet. Fastest prelim time, 1:35.10. Number of swimmers under 1:36 in this one. In this breaststroke. 3 swimmers in the middle of the pool in lanes 4, 5, and 7. Benny, Kalmus, and Cerelius.
Event 64.
Right now, they've separated themselves from the pack. The next three in there are Girth, Muehlman, and Benting. Wrapping things up will be Bocce in lane number 1. Bart Prosser says, go Lily. She's in lane number 6, of course. 1, 2, and 3 at the split are Benny, Kalmus, and Cerullius, followed in behind by Girth. First two front running here, Benny and Kalmus, their previous best times, 1:35.10, 1:35.14 respectively. They're going to shatter that right now with the pace they're on. Right now, it's Kalmus. She's taking a slight bit of a lead over Benning, but we also notice that it's about who touches and who's on stroke when they come into the wall. First one into the wall. We see her. She had to take that extra stroke right there. Did Kalmus. That's something the coaches will work on, but at a 1:26.08, she'll drop significant time, and she gets in under the B cut, as does Benny. So nice job for both of those two. 1:26.08 and 1:26.84. Third place in the heat at 1:36.23 was Cerullius, followed in behind her by Muehlman, then Girth, adding a little bit of time to her previous best. Benting, I forgot about her. She came in under her previous best, and then rounding things out in lane number 1 was Bocce. And she does actually shave a second off her previous best. Eight swimmers. Ella Jones is in 1, Haley Meek is in 2, Kelsey Morrison in 3, Maddie Stoner in 4, Alexandria LaFiore in lane number 5, Anna Zweibelman in lane number 6, Catherine Campbell's in 7, and Ava Stitch is in lane number 8.
Event 49, boys 13 and over, 100-yard breaststroke. Heat 1.
Got a shout out for Ethan Hill a moment ago, and I want to say I'm rooting for him, so go get him. Way to go. Nice note from Ron Hillsman saying all those boys that swim at Cooldell, Carter, Colin, Tyler, Tanner, Riley, Bennett, etc., they were all doing well this weekend. I would agree. Stretching things out here now. Lane number 5, Alexandria LaFiore, the 16-year-old from Heat. She is looking very strong. Her previous best time in this one was 1:28.75. She's going to shatter that here, trying to go under 1:20. And she is just going to be right on it. Let's see if she'll get there. Not quite. Still will shave significant time if she gets a chance to look at it. 1:20.84 for her. And behind her in second place in lane number 7 was Campbell, as she drops 8 seconds at 1:24.80. Lane number 3 is Kelsey Morrison. She comes in 3rd in the heat with a nice drop of several seconds for her, followed in behind by Stoner, also with a good time, just slightly off her previous. It's Stitch followed by Zweibelman, and then rounding things out in this one, Meek Jones. And that's how they end up in this one.
Event 49. Boys, 100-yard breaststroke. Heat 2, report to the bullpen. Heat 2, report to the bullpen.
Penelope Alcott is in lane number 1. Morgan O'Connell's in lane 2. Emily Disper in lane number 3. Vienna Schindler in lane number 4. It's Lauren Callahan in 5. Evan Lashley's in 6. Sarah Locke is in 7. And Abby Schneider is in lane number 8. Middle of the pool, actually in lane number 2 right now. It's Morgan O'Connell, the 16-year-old from Rockwood, who is outpacing everyone else. She comes in with a 1:24.19. In that previous heat, double B time, that was Alexander Fiore, excuse me. She's a 16-year-old, so double B doesn't matter as much to her, as it will not for O'Connell here in this one. But 5 swimmers, they are right in line with each other. They are in lanes number 1. That's Alcott, followed by Disper, Schindler, Callahan, and Lashley. It's anybody's game right now for second place in the heat. Right now, it's lane number 5, Callahan, who seems to have just pushed out a little bit ahead of everyone else. Lashley right in behind him with lane number 6. Let's see who's going to come in second. O'Connell, though, right down to it. She'll be into the wall at 1:15.49, so she'll drop 9 seconds. And now in lane number 5, it's Callahan. She's right on her previous time, followed closely in behind in lane number 3 by Dispert. She drops a little bit of time. Lane number 6, it's Lashley, followed in lane number 4 by Schindler. Rounding things out will be Alcott, then Schneider and Locke. So nice job for all of those young ladies. Some time achievements there. In fact, almost all of them got a B with the exception of Locke in that one.
Event 49, boys 100 yard.
Nora Wiley, she'll start things off in lane number 1. The lineup goes Olivia Clerico in 2, Annie Mangan in 3, Anna Abig in 4, Madeline Johnson in 5, Jordan Moulton in lane number 6, Michaela Pipes is in 7, and Brennan Pfeiffer is in lane number 8. A lot of shout-outs along that message board right now. Make sure you keep giving us those. Give us a text at 314-369-3289 as well. We'll mention your name on the air. Tell us who you're rooting for. We'd love to give that shout-out. Kids get a kick out of it when they go back and watch the replay later. Lane number 1 right now, Nora Wiley, the 13-year-old from Hannibal. And in the middle of the pool, in lane number 5, it's Madeline Johnson from Hannibal. So the couple of Hannibal swimmers right now outpacing everyone else. They'll touch the wall. They'll come back one more time. Madeline Johnson came into this one with a 1:17.51. She'd love to go to 1:15.39. That is the A time. Right now, she's got an opportunity to do it. She's going to have to be fast. Also, top of the screen again, it's Wiley. Anna Abig right in there from Parkway in lane number 4. First one to the wall here in this one in an A time. It looks like, did she get it? Madeline Johnson comes in at 1:15.92, 1:16.23. The 1:15.92 just off of that A time. Strong double B times, though, for those two young ladies. Also, with that double B time in lane number 1, it was Wiley, several more double B times. A lot of those young ladies, in fact, every one of them got that double B time. Congratulations to them. Lane number 7 was Pipes, followed by Moulton. Then it was Mangan, Clerico, and Pfeiffer. All right, here we go. Ava McLeod's in lane number 1. She's a 14-year-old Parkway swimmer, followed by Sammy Sylvester in lane 2. Next to them is Ainsley Bennett in lane number 3. Jana Molenhoff, this is a strong stroke for her. She comes in with the fastest prelim time of 1:11.63. Zoe Chalfon is in lane number 5. Elizabeth Tyson's in 6. Daphne Bishop is in 7th, and Emma Eisworth is in lane number 8. 1 and 2 thus far in Molenhoff and Chalfon. We saw them race hard against each other earlier, as well as Ainsley Bennett. Any of these three could actually take the heat. Chalfon's taking just a slight little bit of a lead over her teammate Molenhoff. Of course, they want to lower their previous best times for the NCSA championships. They've already gotten those A time, or they want to get that double A time as well. So they've got some goals to make up here as well, as does Ainsley. Ainsley very good at the IM. Not her best stroke, the breaststroke, but nonetheless, she's out there competing at a high level as well. First one into the wall here on this one will be Zoe Chalfont. Chalfont will take first place in the event with a 1:10.32. Again, just off that double A time. Gianna just in behind her at 1:10.82. Half a second behind as they both drop time in their event. Bennett comes in third place in the heat with a 1:12.73. She drops 0.2 of a second. 1:14.56 at the top of the screen. That was in lane number 1, McLeod. Rounding things out will be Tyson, followed by Eisworth, Bishop, and then Sylvester. Now we'll switch over to the boys here. 100-yard breaststroke here. 4 competitors in lane number 1. It's Osdike in lane number 3, or it's in heat number 1. Osdike in lane number 1. Patrick Wong in lane number 4. Lucas Day is in 5, and Sam Gerald in lane number 6. We've seen young Sam and young Patrick both do very well here today, achieving some B times and double B times in their first swim outs. There was a Go Sammy and Zoe from the previous one. That was from Ryan Matheny. Also, Amy Sternke, saying swim fast Hannibal. Patrick Wong, he's Got about 2/3 of a body length lead, slightly over Sam Gerald. 1:21.29 is the B time in this one. Rounding things out here, and this one will be Osdike, followed by Lucas Day. Real opportunity now for Gerald to get underneath that beat time. He's going to have to get into the wall quickly. It'll be Wong winning the heat, the 15-year-old. As he comes in at 1:18.77. So nice job, Patrick. Riding behind him at 1:20.62. Again, it is Gerald. As he gets that beat time, nice job. 1:26 and 1:28 respectively for Osdike and Day. Nice job. 6 more heats remaining here in this one. Full slate, 8 swimmers. Francisco Sala in lane number 1. Ethan Melson's in lane number 2. Ryan George is in 3. Charlie Steert is in lane number 5. Thomas Postingle is in lane number... Steert's in lane number 4. Thomas Postingle is in lane number 5. Stephen Bockhorst is in lane 6. Cameron Schutz is in lane number 7. And Aiden Workman in lane number 8. All 13-year-olds except for the 15-year-old Bockhorst and the 2 14-year-olds, Postingle and Steert. And right now in lane number 3, it's Ryan George, the 13-year-old from Parkway, slightly ahead of everyone else. Steert and Postingle right in behind him, followed by Bockhorst and then Schutz. And it will be Ryan George, first one to the wall. His previous best time of 1:34.73. The one to get down to that 1:21.29 to get that B time. Right now he's well on pace to do that. Closing the gap slightly is Steert. Steert also 1:31.17. He wants to get down to 1:21.29. He'll be the first one to the wall. He's got an opportunity to do it. He's got 20 seconds to come back and get it. Let's see if both these young men can do it. Right in behind them, again, is lane 5, Postingle. We got it coming down to it inside the flags now, folks. It's Steert and George. George and Steert. Who's going to be the first one to touch? It's going to be about who's on stroke. First one to touch will be lane number 4. It's Charlie Steert. Followed closely in behind by Ryan George, then Postingle. They wanted to get that 1:21.29, 1:21.47, and 1:21.36. They don't quite get it. They were right on it. But a nice job for those 2 young men. Followed in behind again by Postingle, like we mentioned just a moment ago. Then it was Bockhorst, Schutz, Salah, Workman, and then Melson. Joe Cunningham will start things off in lane number 1, followed by Ryan Wong in lane number 2. This 8-field swimmer event is made up in lane number 3 of Aiden Edgington and William Chen in 4. Let's move over to lane number 5 with Owen Sadler. Then Veda Kali in lane 6. Noah Hoffman's in lane number 7. And Kevin Wong in lane number 8. Couple more shout-outs on the board. Go Cameron. That's from your big brother Cody. He's watching from Tucson. Way to go. Swim fast, the Hannabillions. All right. Let's go Cameron. We got one on the text line as well. Cheering for Callum Shank. He'll be coming up in a moment. Bring the heat, Noah Hoffman. Love you, your bro Wolfie and Creve Core. First 2 right now are Wong and Chen. They're in lanes number 2 and 4 respectively. Right in behind them, Owen Sattler in lane number 5. He's been fast all day long. We'll come back down and try and close this out. 1:21.29 for the 13 and 14-year-olds. That's the time they want to get for that B cut. A couple of them have it already. Sattler being one of them. First one into the wall. Lane number 4 will be and lane number 2 will be Ryan Wong. He will be underneath that cut line. In fact, did he get the double B? He did, and so did William Chen. Both of them 1:15.10 and 1:15.38 respectively. Nice job. In behind them, lane number 5, that was Sattler with a great time. If he comes in at 1:17, we'll close things out then with Cunningham, Edgington, Colley, Hoffman, and Kevin Wang. Xander Stoner is in lane number 1. Tyler Richter's in lane 2. Caleb Galvin's in lane number 3 with Jaden Yarbrough in lane number 4. Aiden Ellis from Heat also in lane number 5. Vincent Hager, he's in lane number 6. It's Jack Windler in 7 and William Jost in lane number 8. Middle of the pool right now, stretching things out. It is Jaden Yarbrough. He is very fast in this one. His previous best time of 1:15.31. He might shatter that one here, folks. As you see young Jaden stretch it out, he's in the middle of the pool and continues to lengthen his lead over the next 2 competitors. Those competitors are Galvin and Hager in lanes number 3 and 6 respectively. But right now it's Jaden Yarbrough. Jaden Yarbrough came in again with the 1:15.31. That is a double B time. He's looking to go well under that. 109.69, that is the A time. 106.79, that's the double A time. He's got an outside chance of that double A time. Don't think he's going to quite get it, but I think he will get the A time. And he is going to be in on that A time. Nice job, young Jaden. He'll touch the wall on 109.37. Good job for him. As he drops almost 6 seconds, gets the A time. In behind him, lane number 6 was Vincent Hager. Young Vincent, 1:12.59, so a nice drop for him of 4 seconds, and that's a strong double B time. He was just off of it previously. See if we can round things out real quick with Galvin Stone, followed in behind there by Windler, Ellis, Jost, and Richter. All right, Nate Bauer, he's in number 1. Daniel Lansbaum's in lane number 2. Braden Shears in lane 3. Atticus Sternke's in 4. Spencer Kinsey's in 5. Zach Pazinski's in 6. Aiden Garlock's in 7th. And Jake Tegetoff is in lane number 8. Sternke stretching it out right now. He's the 14-year-old from Hannibal. He's in lane number 4. Second in the heat in lane number 6 right now is Pazinski, the 16-year-old. Expects here to be right in there as he goes for it, as well as Garlock, the 16-year-old in lane number 7. A couple of 13-year-olds at the top of your screen, Nate Bauer and Daniel Lansbaum, good back half swimmers. Let's see if they can't close the gap. Of course, they're recently 13-year-olds, so they've had to move up in ranks. Right now, middle of the pool, it's going to be Sternke who's going to be the first one to the wall. His previous time of 1:10 was a solid double A. Let's see where he's going to go here. He's going to go well under that. He's had a great swim meet here, 107.32 for Atticus Sternke. And that is good enough, folks, to get him the triple A. Nice job for him. Triple A at 107.32. Great time. Second place in the heat of 109.04 in lane number 6 for Pazinski. Followed in behind him by Garlock, both of them 16-year-olds old. Fourth place in the heat in lane number 3 was Braden Shear, 15-year-old. Then it was Lansbaum and Bauer, both of them right at that double B cut. So great job for them as well. Oh, I think I got that wrong, though. That was not a triple A time. I was looking at the wrong timestamps. I was looking at the girls, so my apologies. That was just off the double A time, but a solid A time. So my apologies for Sternke, but still great swim nonetheless. My apologies to any competitors in that one that I might have confused. Andy Gassinger's in lane number 1. Gabe Porter's in 2. Jeremiah Koenig in 3. Tanner Hillsman in lane number 4. It's Gavin Baldus in lane number 5. Bennett Christopherson in lane 6. Isaac Reddy's in lane 7. And James Thompson in lane number 8. In fact, Christopherson, we missed him earlier. He has scratched out for today. He's been dealing with a foot injury for several months, and so continue to work his way through that. Right now, it's Gabe Porter. He's first one to the wall with Jeremiah Koenig right in behind him. And then Tanner Hillsman coming on strong. It's Assinger in lane 1 and Baldus in lane number 5. All strong swimmers. Lane number 7 is ready. First one into the wall, though. It's going to be Gabe Porter. Gabe Porter trying to go under 109. He will do that. In a 106.81. Great job for Gabe Porter. Well, we watched young Gabe grow and grow over the years. Right now, he is rounding into a very, very fast all-around swimmer. Second place in the heat, 107. Dropping a second on that one was Koenig. Tanner Hillsman, 108.90. That was right on his previous best time, just a little bit short. Assinger dropped a little bit of time in lane 1, then Baldus, Reddy, and Thompson. No final heat in this one now. Lewis Chen is in lane number 1. Callum Shank is in lane number 2. Alex Chen is in lane number 3. Jeffrey G is in lane number 4. Riley Hillsman in lane number 5. It's Kelvin Crone Willis in lane number 6. Josh Molenhoff in lane 7. And Will Cottle in lane number 8. Shout outs all around. Go Grant, Mama and Papa. A couple of shout outs. Go Callum. So we're going to get all these in as we watch here these youngsters go. Fly, Zan, fly. That's from Mima and Papa. Of course, you see the ones on the message board there. Go Kelb Dog. Got some whoop whoops from Beth Stone, from Captain Kelbo. Reddy and Baldus in the previous ones, they did well. Middle of the pool right now in lanes number 4 and 5. It is G and Hillsman and Riley. Young Riley Hillsman right now, he's looking to stretch it out. Riley coming down, trying to go under 102.38. Can Riley get there under his previous best time? Riley Hillsman to the wall. He will outbest his previous time. Let's see what it comes in at. 101.75. Way to go, Riley, as he drops some time as well. Nice job. Well, his grandfather's been messaging all day, trying to channel that energy. Second place in the heat goes to Jeffrey G. He can easily go lower than what he did there because he had a 101.52 coming in, but a great time for both of those young men. And that time for Jeffrey G., the 14-year-old, just off of the Quad A. It does achieve him the Triple A, which he already had. Some great times. We'll round out the event in lane number 3. It was Alex Chen, followed in lane number 6 by Kelvin Crone Willis with just off of his previous best time. Shank and then Lewis. Callum Shank off his previous best time, but Lewis Chen best his previous from earlier. Joshua Molenhoff just off of his previous best, and then rounding things out, it'll be Will Cottle in lane number 8. All right, folks, 200-yard backstroke. I think I've said all right, folks, about 50 times. I think that's the only thing that's keeping me going here. But I'll say it again. All right, folks. 1 of 4. That's how many heats we've got. It's a 200-yard backstroke in this one. Cora Donaldson's in lane number 1. Kenna Rossenberger's in lane 2. Leela Bledsoe's in 3. Athena DeKinder in 4. Carly Keski is in lane number 5. Kate Krogan in 6. And Ava Girth in lane number 7. This is a tough one. This is 8 lengths of the pool on your back, folks. You don't get a chance to really see the bottom of the pool very often. You do some of them will do the flip turn, but it is really on your back. It can be a tough way to go. Mommy, Daddy, and Maria are cheering for Leah Bledsoe. We want to give a shout out to them, so thanks for the note. Go, Leah. Want to go back to a previous heat. I think he already had that cut in that 100-yard breaststroke 4. In fact, he did. It was just under the cut line, was Riley Hillsman, so he extends that with a great race for him. So congratulations to Riley, as he now is well under the cut line for that sectional. That time of 101.75 was tremendous. Very strong race for him. Again, 200-yard backstroke. 8 lengths of the pool, 4 full laps. Leading the pack right now in lane number 6 is Kate Krogan, the 17-year-old from Parkway. No previously recorded time for any of the swimmers in this event, so everything they'll get will be their fastest time. Message us now. Hit us on the message board. Hit us on 314-369-3289. That's the text line. Like, share, and subscribe. That's what we want to do with our YouTube channel here. It's coming in now into the wall. First one will be Krogan. Nice time for her. We'll get that official time here, 2:36.46. Next one into the wall, lane number 1. Followed by Donaldson, followed by Bledsoe in lane number 3, 2:49.27 and 2:49.80. They are just off of that B time. DeKinder and Bledsoe come in or excuse me, Keski and the Kinder come in fourth and fifth, and then rounding things out are Girth and Rossenberger. Eight swimmers now in this one. Bronwyn Miller in lane number 1. She's a 13-year-old from Rockwood. Ava Assinger is in lane number 2. Lauren Callahan from Rockwood, also a 13-year-old in lane 3. Liz Myers is in lane 4. Olivia Trost is in lane 5. Rizel Mendoza is in lane 6. Luis Goldcamp in 7. And Whitney Benting is in lane number 8. Yeah, a couple of these swimmers right around that 3-minute mark. The 13 and 14-year-olds, 2:46.79 is what they want to get to. 2:43.60 already with that B cut. In lane number 3 is Callahan. A number of older swimmers in this event. Whitney Benting competing in this particular stroke for the first time. Middle of the pool as we approach the halfway mark. Lanes number 4 and 5, it's Myers and Trost. Myers for Parkway, Trost for Rockwood. Trost maybe with a slight little edge. She zooms into the wall. She'll be the first one to touch. But they are pretty much even. That underwater, they came out just about even as well. They'll turn back and go one more time for the 52nd and third place here in this heat. In lanes number 3, or excuse me, third and fourth place. In lanes number 3 and 2 are Callahan and Assinger. Again, Callahan came in with a 2:43.60. That was good enough for a B time at 2:46.79, excuse me. All right, first couple into wall, first 4 swimmers into wall. Again, on this one, lane number 5, it was Trost. She comes in at 2:37 flat, followed in closely behind her by Myers, and then it was Callahan with 2:45.42, just off her previous best, but still with that B cut. Assinger, the 16-year-old, will come in 4th in the heat. Mendoza in lane number 6 in 5th place. Benting in lane number 8, followed by Miller in lane number 1, and then Goldcamp will round things out here. So nice job for all these young ladies. We had some drops in time as well. And you cannot fault any swimmer for dropping time. One of their main goals coming in on a day like today. All right, here we go with heat number 3. No one in lane number 8, so we'll have 7 swimmers. It's Lily McGinn in lane number 1. It's Stephanie Rose in lane 2. Audrey Wagner in lane 3. Annabelle Cook in 4. Reagan Fries is in lane 5. Maria Parisi is in lane 6. And Sarah Locke in lane number 7. Annabelle Cook came in with the fastest time previously of 2:26.05. She'd like to go 2:22.99. That would be the A cut for her. Right now, it's Audrey Wagner in lane number 3, who has stretched it out a little bit. Also with her is McGinn in lane number 1. They'll come back to touch the wall here at the halfway point. First one in, lane number 1. That'll be McGinn. Followed in behind her in lane number 3 by Wagner. Lane number 5 is Freeze. All those swimmers very fast paces right now. And this is a pace race for them. It is a bit of a distance race, but you've also got to have speed. So speed over distance is really what you need. Shout out to Egan Hill. They're going to go back for one more lap. Here they go now, and it's starting to tighten up a little bit. Lane number 3. It's going to come right down to it, folks. It's Audrey Wagner in lane number 3. Closely in behind is Reagan Freeze. Both of these two would love to get into that A range over the 2:22.99. Right now, they're 1 and 2 in the pool. Lanes 3 and 5. Do they have the opportunity to get it? It's going to be awfully close, coming right down to it. They get inside the flags. They definitely got that double B time. Can they get into the A time? First one into the wall. In this one, it will be Freeze, followed closely in behind by Audrey Wagner. In the time here, 2:25.60, 2:25.67. Nice job to those two young ladies. They are just off of that A time, but a great swim all the way around. As they 2:25.60, 2:25.67, rounding things out. Lane number 4 was Annabelle Cook. She came in with the best time previously. She's just a little bit off of that. It'll be Rose McGinn. And then rounding it out will be Parisi and Law. Some drop times in there as well. Shout out here just a moment ago. Again, Hill, we got that. 8 swimmers here in this one. Adeline Stevens, she's in lane number 1. It's Nora Wiley in lane number 2. Morgan O'Donnell in 3. Lexi Cook is in 4. Ainsley Bennett's in 5. Audrey Nolan is in lane number 6. Isabel Clerico in lane number 7. And Sophia Chadzaxian in lane number 8. Middle of the pool right now, lane 4, Lexi Cook. She is extremely fast in this event, folks. She swims for Rockwood. She's a 13-year-old. Right now, she has the quadruple A time. Ainsley Bennett also extremely fast here in this one. In this 200 backstroke, 2:10.99. That is the sectional cut, and she's already got that. You want to talk about what kind of talent is Lexi Cook. She's 13 years old. Ainsley Bennett swims at an extremely high level, folks. She is an elite swimmer. And right now, she's a 16-year-old, and Lexi Cook is a 13-year-old. There are 3 years separating the two. And Lexi Cook is stretching it out, folks. She is showing you exactly how to swim this event. If you have a backstroker in the family, you know somebody who likes to swim this event, have them watch Lexi Cook. Exceptional talent right now, and she is stretching it out, folks. She'll touch the wall and go back for one last lap. Her previous best is 2:04.87. Her last split was 32.50. If she gets that, she's going to drop time, and this one already off of a quadruple A best time. Go Maria, that's for Maria Parisi. That's from Mom, Dad, and Riley. Let's go to Audrey. That was for the last one. It was Audrey Wagner. So here we come, down to it. Can she get under her best time? 2:05.09, of course, is the quad. It's 2:04.87 is her previous best. Folks, she may just do it. She's inside the flag at 2:01. Is she going to touch under 2:04? She will do it. Boy, oh boy, that might be the single best swim we've seen all weekend long. We've seen Sheck go a couple of quadruple A's. We saw Wolf go in a 2:03.75. What a time for that young lady. That obviously qualifies for her for the sectional, but a quadruple A time. She is 7 seconds better than that time for the sectional. Right in behind her in lane number 3 is O'Connell, followed quickly in behind by Cook, both at 2:12. Tremendous times in their own right. 2:16.54 in lane number 6 for Nolan, and that is a double A time for Audrey. So, she's a 17-year-old. Nonetheless, great time for her. Nora Wiley with the 2:15. That is a double A time, or 2:17. That is a double A time for her. She's just on it by 0.05. And then in lane 7, it was Clerico, followed by Steffens and Chad Saxian, but all of them achieving a time standard, everybody better than a double B. That'll round out the girls' 200-yard backstroke. Well, stay tuned, folks. We're going to come right down to it with the boys here in this one. Three swimmers in this one. Mark Lee is in lane number 3. A.J. Becker is in lane 4, and Johnny Laird in lane 5. These three swimmers without a previously established time.
Event 52, boys 200-yard backstroke, E3, report to the home pen.
All right, again, they're going to do 8 lengths of the pool, 4 laps. These swimmers continue to do their best right now. Lane number 4 here for this boys 200. That is Becker, followed in behind Lee, and then Laird. All right, right back at it now as we come right down to it here. These young men vying for their best personal time here. Well, we're all parents, so I just had to have a young word with my young son about using his electronic a little too much here at the swim meet. He got the picture very quickly. Something I think we all battle as parents with teenagers and youngsters for that matter. Nonetheless, we've got some fast swimmers here in this one trying to get their first ever time. First one in that gold cap. A.J. Becker coming down for Parkway. He is the first one to the wall. He's going to have a nice time for his first ever established time. 2:26.52. That is just off of the double B time, a solid B time for A.J. Nice job. Mark Lee comes in right behind him at 2:35.92. Guess what? That's a B time as well. So nice job to Mark Lee. And then rounding things out, Johnny Laird will come in. Again, first time for him swimming this one. This is one of the hardest races, folks. You are on your back for 8 lengths of the pool. This isn't something where you sit back and have a leisurely swim. You got to go get it. Got some good shout-outs along that message board as well after that tremendous performance we saw a moment ago by Lexi Cook, maybe the performance of the weekend. We've had a lot of good ones, folks. We've had some great races, but that was stellar. Go Harry Pendleton from Grammy and Grandpa and Great Grandma Lou. Again, I love that. Great Grandma Lou getting a chance to watch, and we're happy to bring you those pictures. I know a lot of people have been inside for a long time, especially now that it's winter and we're, especially in the St. Louis area, well underneath that freezing mark. And we want to thank all those folks that have joined in and watched us. We do this because we want the parents. We know we've been on the other side of this. Kevin Girth and I have, where we may not be able to watch our kids. All right, here we go into the next heat. A couple of folks not in the race, so no one in lanes number 1 and lane number 8. So it'll start with lane number 2. It's David Nyer here in lane number 2, the 13-year-old. Shreyas and Palaver is in lane number 3, the 13-year-old from Rockwood. Heats 13-year-old Aiden Eastman in lane number 4. It's Tyler Matheny. Got a shout out from his pops. One more to go, big tie, and here comes Tyler, the 14-year-old in lane 5. Harry Pendleton got that shout out a minute ago in lane 6, and then Quinn Wolf head and shoulders above everyone right now. The 16-year-old for Parkway. He's never swam this, folks, and look at this. Quinn is quite an athlete and loves to compete at water polo as well, and we've seen him compete for Parkway Central at the state championships, and right now he is trying to really go low here with this time, see if he can't really establish something along the lines of a quality time. 2:01.99, folks, is the boys' sectional cut. We'll see if he's going to get close to that. Right now, only one competitor has it. That's Carter Crook. He'll be coming up in 2 more heats. But right now, fine performance being turned in by Quinn Wolf. Again, good form for him. Nice stroke, hard kick. Body's quiet through the water. Looking at the rest of the crew up in lane number 2 for this one. It is David Nyer. Again, David can be a speedster. We've seen him in the sprints, and he did it earlier. No previous time for him, or Poliver in lane number 3, or Pendleton in lane number 6. So you got 4 swimmers with no previous time. Of course, Eastman and Matheny do have previously established times. Aiden Eastman's 2:49.06, and then 2:58.54 from Tyler Matheny. And we've chronicled Tyler throughout the weekend. Of course, he competes in the Paralympics and is a national star athlete in those events, and right now he's really showing his quality in the middle of the pool as well. We watched him drop tremendous amount of time in that 500 the other night. I don't know that a kid's had a bigger smile, nor has anybody that volunteered or worked it, but we watched him do that the other night. More shout outs for him. Stay strong, Eastman, you got this. That's from Beth Stone. Good swims. Quinn Wolf coming in on this one, 2:10.68. So Quinn, never having swam this before, just decides I'm going to go out. I'll drop in at 2:10.68. Just so you know, the sectional cut is 2:01.99. So you got a guy who's never had done this in competitive swimming before, and he just goes out and drops a time like that. Nice job, Quinn. In behind him in lane number 2, it was David Nyer. Great time for him at 2:32. So he gets that B cut right off the chute, never having done it before, as does, did Poliver get it? Oh, excuse me, it wasn't Poliver, it was Eastman. Eastman coming in, he dropped significant time at 2:39, so he drops 10 seconds off his previous best. Then coming in after that was Poliver. Rounding things out in lane number 5 was Pendleton, and then in lane number 5, lane number 6 was Pendleton, and then lane number 5 it was Tyler Matheny, and he drops a half a second, so you know he's going to be very happy with that.
Event 70, girls 13 and over, 100-yard butterfly. Heat 1, report to the bullpen. Event 70, girls 13 and over, 100-yard butterfly. Heat 1, report to the bullpen.
All right, we're right back here. Sorry about that, folks. Nice swim on that last one. We had a lot of drop times for the 2 competitors who had them, and some great establishment, including a B time for David Nyer and a tremendous time for Quinn Wolf in that one. And way to round things out, Tyler Matheny, I believe he dropped in every one of his events this weekend, and that's what he comes in to do. So way to go. Now, here we are. We are in heat number 3. Sorry about that echo in the background just a moment ago. We took care of that. Tyler Scheidler is in lane number 1. Beta Colley's in lane 2, Ryan Huang in lane number 3, and Connor Suthers is in lane number 4. Ian Pfeiffer is in lane number 5. Grayson Mueller in lane number 6. Got a shout out from his mother earlier, Tina. Want to say hello to her as well. We got some more along the lines as well. Go Scuba Stephen Bockhorst. That'll be coming up here in just a moment. Ryan Lipsky again is in lane 7, and Luke Deutschman is in lane number 8. Best time in this one so far was Connor Suthers at 2:17.72. He's got an opportunity to beat that right now in the middle of the pool, the 15-year-old. He's coming down to it. I think he will beat his best time. He'll be the first one in the wall. You see the timer there watching it. He will touch the wall. He will significantly drop here at 2:10.98. Nice job for Connor. Second in the heat, right behind him in lane number 5 was Ian Pfeiffer. He drops time as well, 3 seconds off his previous best, as he is just off the A time. So nice job to him. 2:17.01 in lane number 3. Also a drop time for Huang. Lane number 6 was Miller. Nice job for him. He drops a couple of seconds, as does Deutschman. So long swim event there in that one, but they all are seemingly dropping time across the board. Veda, Colley, followed by Lipsky, and then Schuyler. Well, folks, strap yourselves in. This is going to be an actual sprint for a 200-yard backstroke, because you have one of the fastest in the state, Carter Crook, one of the best to do it for Parkway ever. And right now, let's watch that young man in that red cap. Nice underwater for him. He emerges out of the water. Of course, at the top of the screen, we've got Nolan Earlywine, then Max Zhu in lane number 2, Tyler Wilkinson in lane 3. We talked about Crook a moment ago. Right next to him is C-Money, Colin Schaefer, the young 13-year-old phenom. Grant Owen is right there in lane number 6. Reed Littall in lane 7, and Gabe Cusinelli is in lane number 8. Carter Crook is going to touch the wall on a split time of 27.69. Very fast for him. He wants to go under, for him, 1:56.47. That's what he's shooting for today. He's shooting for a 1:56.46. He's already got the sectional time. So let's see how he goes here in this one. He's going to have to do it all by himself. The next closest man is C-Money, Colin Schaefer there in lane number 6. He will push him, or lane number 5, excuse me. He will push him a little bit, but not quite to the edge where Carter wants to go. He's under it in a great time right now. He touches it in a split of 57.69, folks. He's right on it. Opportunity for this young man to get it. 56.46 is what he's shooting for. He's going to touch the wall. You got the Parkway swimmers up cheering for him right now. He's coming down to it. He's stretching out that lead a little bit. We will have a nice fight for second place with Colin Schaefer and Grant Owen in lanes number 5 and 6. But right now, it's Carter Crook. He's maintaining it right now, folks. He's right on where he wants to be. If he's able to pull it back here and where he just came from, folks, he's going to have to speed it up just a little bit, but he's a back half swimmer. Carter Crook is going to touch the wall. He's going to have to come back in about 16 seconds. Can he do it? Young Carter Crook emerges from the water after he submerged underneath. He's going to have to go fast. Come on, Carter, get under there. 1:56.46 is where he needs to go. He's got 3 seconds to go. Come on, Carter, get into the wall. He's going to touch it, and he's going to be just off the pace. What a swim by Carter Crook in that one, as he comes in at 1:57.81, just off his previously best recorded time. But what a swim by Carter Crook. It took everything. You see him spent there as he puts his hands up on the blocks. Well, what was he going for, folks? He was going for the Parkway record of 1:56.47. That's why he wanted that 1:56.46. But what an effort by Crook. He's a big game swimmer, folks. He's a big game athlete. We see him do it on the pitcher's mound. He can hit the 3 on the basketball court, and right now he nearly got that Parkway record. He's a little upset. He left it all out there for that event. We'll round things out here. Colin Schaefer, what a tremendous, that can't get lost in this one at 2:05.61. He drops time in his previously best recorded time as well, and that's a double A, but nice job all the way around. Great competitive spirit for all these youngsters. 3rd place in the heat in lane number 6 was Grant Owen. 4th place in the heat was Cusinelli. Rounding him out were Earlywine, Zhu, Wilkinson, and Littall.
Heat 4 to the bullpen. Heat 4 to the bullpen.
Illinois fan club on that last one, they were cheering for Grant Owen as well, so way to go. Grandpa Crook was chiming in, go Carter. He had it. He had it right there. He should be very proud of the way he goes out and competes and gives it his all each and every race out. You know, swimmers aren't going to have it every single time they come to the pool, but he brings it. And he did it there and fell just short of that record. Might get one more opportunity at some point to see if he can't get it. You don't get the chance to swim that 200 backstroke very often. In fact, you get to the high school level at the high school swim meets, you don't swim the 200. So he left it all out there, and he did tremendous. And that Parkway record was set by Cade Cross in 2017. Cade Cross is an All-American swimmer now, swimming for the University of Texas, but that's what kind of class Carter puts himself in. 100-yard butterfly here. We've got 3 young ladies in there for this first one trying to get their first ever recorded time. They're all 13 years old. Sydney Bacci is in lane number 3. It's Maddie Wimberly in lane number 4 and Sandra Kim in lane number 5. Sandra will be the first one to touch. She'll touch the wall in a nice time of 1:22.28. Good for her. That's a way to establish it right away. Wimberly in behind her second, and then Bacci in lane number 3. Good job to all 3 of those young ladies. Remember, following these butterflies, we will have those time trials. We'll bring them to you right here as well. Good luck to Mia Crandall.
Girls, 100-yard butterfly, heat 5 to the bullpen. Heat 5.
Mia is in lane number 4 in this one. We've got 6 competitors. Ella Jones in lane number 1. Actually, we've got 5 competitors. Lane number 3 is vacated. Mia Crandall, like we mentioned, is in lane number 4. Anna Novak in lane number 5. She has been fast all day long. Penelope Alcott in lane 6. Got a number of shout-outs earlier. And Emma Carcamo in lane number 7. Want to say hello to Anna Novak's brother Grant, longtime swimmer for the Parkway program. Of course, Chris and Karen, her parents, want to say hi to them as well. Katie Schaefer with a nice shout out to C Money. That's Colin Schaefer as well as Carter Crook. Go Emma, that's from Deborah Carcamo. Right now, Anna Novak, she is front running in this one, the 13-year-old from Parkway. B cut is 1:16.39. Double B is 1:10. She's going to be just off of that double B, but she's got an opportunity to get that B cut her first time out. She will get it. She'll go under 1:15. 1:14.49 for young Anna Novak. Nice job for her. Of course, her brother Grant, excellent swimmer for the Parkway program over the years. She'll get that B time. Riding behind her in lane number 2 was Jones, followed in lane number 4 by Crandall in 1:27.88 for her first ever recorded time. All of these ladies getting their first recorded time here in this event. Alcott in lane number 6. And Carcamo coming in lane number 7. Nice job. B cut there for Anna Novak. Awesome job from Fiona. Way to go, Mia Crandall. Go Mia. We got another shout out from her on the text line from Alyssa. No swimmers in lanes number 2 and 8, but we do have swimmers in lane number 1. That's Louise Goldcamp. It's Ava Muehlman in lane number 3, Julia Egelhoff in lane number 4. It's Kelsey Morrison in 5, Cece Tremont in 6, Savannah Cusinelli in lane number 7. And right now, in lane number 6, it's Cece Tremont. She's been fast all day long as well. 1:43.15 is her previous best time. She's looking to go well under that, and right now, she is outpacing that by a large margin. Fastest time coming in was Egelhoff, 1:34.15. She's also well ahead of that as well. But Cece Tremont, she'll touch the wall, go back the other way. She'll get this heat. She's going to be under her previous best time. All these competitors right now under their previous best time, it looks like so far. First one into the wall now, coming down. Again, in lane number 6 is Cece Tremont. She's going to touch the wall under 120. It'll be under 118, might be under 117, 117.78. And that is just off the beat time. Nice job. She drops 26 seconds off her previous best, almost 26 seconds off her previous best. Second place in the heat goes to Morrison. Third place in the heat in lane number 3 goes to Muehlman, followed in behind her by Egelhoff. All drops for those young ladies. Lane number 7, a tremendous drop as well of 35 seconds for, of 23 seconds for Cusinelli. Now rounding things out in lane number 1 is Louise Goldcamp. So nice job. Great swims for all those young ladies. Finally made it to the last page of our heat sheet here. As we go to heat number 4 here of this 100-yard butterfly. Victoria Tanayaya is in lane number 1. It's Vienna Schindler in lane number 2. Ella Wuchik in lane number 3. Catherine Campbell's in 4. Lily Driscoll's in 5. Emily Disper's in 6. Abby Schneider's in 7. And Lily Cerilius is in lane number 8. All fast swimmers here in this one. They want to get that 1:16:39. That's the B cut. None of them have achieved it yet. Right now, front running here in this particular heat in lanes number 1 and 2, it's Victoria and Vienna. Victoria has been very fast, as has Vienna. Right now, they are on pace to do very well here. Fly, Lily Driscoll. Let's go, Kaylee. Some good shout-outs there along the message board. Always like to see the emojis in there as well. Coming down to it now, final portion here of this first race. Vienna Schindler, she'll be the first one to touch the wall. That will be in her previous best. 1:16:39 is what she wanted to beat, and I think she did that, folks. 1:13:62. Nice job for her. 1:13:62. Second place in that heat for 1:16:85. Just off of it. I think it might have been a soft touch by Victoria up there in lane number 1. We'll have to see and get an official time for her. Lane 4 was Catherine Campbell, followed by Driscoll, Disper, Wojcik, and Cerilius.
Event 55, boys 13
All right.
and over.
Heat number 5, it's Sophia Chadzaxian in lane number 1. It is Kate Krogan in lane number 2. Kate has been very fast all day long. Maria Parisi's been fast too. She's in lane 3. Evan Lashley is in lane number 4 right now. She has a slight lead over her teammate Lily Mangan in lane number 5. Reagan Fries is in lane number 6. Annie Mangan is in lane number 7, and Kaylee Moore is in lane number 8. Just got a shout out for her a couple moments ago. Let's go Brenny Bug. That's Swim Like a Beast from Lisa Pfeiffer. Let's go Parisi's. Fly Fast Kaylee. That's a whoop whoop from Beth Stone. Fly Lily Driscoll. Good shout outs across the line here. First one now, lane number 5, and she is flying. That is Lily Mangan from Rockwood, 13-year-old. Her previous best of 1:14:81. She's going to go well under that, folks. She powers her way to the wall. Head down, number of strokes in a row. That's a power stroke, and she's doing it quickly. Into the wall now. She's going to shave significant time off. Lily Mangan coming in at 1:08:82. And that is a double B time for her. She dropped 6 seconds. Second place in the heat was Krogan. Followed in behind her in lane number 8 was Moore. Then Chadzaxian, Lashley, Mangan, Fries, and Parisi. All right, Emma Eisworth will start things off in lane number 1. Michaela Pipes in lane 2. Serena Huang in lane number 3. Brenna Pfeiffer in lane 4. Annabelle Cooks in lane 5. Zoe Chalfon is in lane 6. Ellie Green is in lane 7. And Alexia Monacconi in lane number 8. Well, judging by the way they swam all day, I would watch out for Brenna Pfeiffer, Annabella Cook, and Zoe Chalfont. They've been fast all day, but right now Ellie Green is extremely fast as well. Or excuse me, yeah, Chalfont in lane number 6. You can see that. And those swimmers in lane 3 and 4, it's Wong and Pfeiffer. So we've got some lasers here in this one. Michaela Pipes also very strong up in lane number 2. All 13 and 14-year-olds here in this particular heat. Coming off the wall, two swimmers have kind of separated themselves. Their lanes number 3 and 4. Serena Wong and Brenna Pfeiffer, they're in 3 and 4 respectively. It's Pfeiffer right now slightly in the lead, but it's going to be about who's got the stroke on the touch. It will be Pfeiffer Brenna Pfeiffer does come in. She gets it at 103.91. Nice job by her. She drops 2 seconds off of her previous best time, and that is just off the double A. Right in behind her again was Wong. Serena with a great time of 104.31. She drops 2 seconds off of her previous best time. Lane number 6 was Chalfont. We talked about her being able to go low. She drops time as well. Also in there was Pipes, followed by Montacone, Green, Eisworth, and then Annabelle Cook. So great job for those ladies. We got some double A times in that one. Now, final heat here for the girls of the day. 100-yard butterfly, and it's Madeline Johnson in lane number 1. Nora Wiley's in lane number 2. Audrey Nolan is in lane number 3. She's a 17-year-old. Jonna Mullenhoff is in lane number 1. Brianna Wilkinson is in lane number 5. Olivia Clerico, the 15-year-old, is in lane number 6. Lexi Cook is in 7, and Isabella Clerico in lane number 8. Well, after what Lexi Cook just did in the backstroke, don't be surprised if she pulls another one out here in just a moment. She might be a little tired, though. Right now, it's Nolan, the 17-year-old. Right there with her is Jana Mullenhoff. They are 1 and 2 in this one. Mullenhoff in her hip pocket. It's all going to be about the turn here, folks. Jana trying to go over 103.38. That was the fastest preliminary time. She'd love to get down in that double A range. Of course, increase her time for that NCSA, as her mom told us the other night. Right now, though, it's Nolan. She's going to take the heat. Second place right now, it's Mullenhoff and Wilkinson, the 14 and 13-year-olds. Who's going to be the first one to the wall? It's going to be about who's on stroke, and it is Wilkinson. Mullenhoff coming in right behind her. All of them with great times. 1 minute, .344. Nolan right in behind her was Mullenhoff at was Wilkinson at 101.45, 101.60. Both of them with personal best. Those are double A times for both of those young ladies, so way to go there. Anytime you get a double A, you're never going to be unhappy there. 102.56, and that is a double A time as well for guess who, folks? Lexi Cook. She got that quad A just a moment ago, so congratulations to her. 5th place at 103.15. That is a strong A time for Isabella Clerico. In lane number 2, it's Wiley, followed by Olivia Clerico, and then rounding things out in lane number 1 is Madeline Johnson.
Event 55, boys 100-yard butterfly, E4 to the bullpen. E4 to the bullpen.
All right, they're calling the boys now. We've got 8 heats now of this 100-yard butterfly in this first event. We've got swimmers in lanes 1, 3, 5, and 6. That swimmer in lane number 1 is Mark Lee. Patrick Wong is in lane number 3. Gavin Joyner is in lane number 5, and Adam Barnes is in lane number 6. No previously recorded times for these 4 young men. Coming down to it now, strong swim, middle of the pool, lane number 3, and he is going strong as Patrick Wong, the 15-year-old. Let's see what kind of time he's going to clock here in this one. He'll go under 110 for his first time out. Quite an achievement at 108.60. Next one coming in looks like it's going to be lane number 1. It'll be Mark Lee, the 13-year-old, followed there a couple 13-year-olds as well. Adam Barnes and Gavin Joyner. That's exactly what it will be. Soft touch there, around 133. That'll be off of the B time, but nice first time around for all of those youngsters. Thomas Possum to go in lane number 1. Of all 8 of 8 lanes, we will. I have a little issue here with lane number 5. There will be no one in lane number 5. So it is Ponsigle in lane number 1, Eastman in lane 2, Hill in lane 3. Yeah, it's Ethan Hill, William Chen in lane 4, Deutschman in lane 6, Poliver in lane 7, and Salah in lane number 8. Fly fast. Whoop, whoop, from Best Stone. That's for the Heat boys.
Heat 5 to the bullpen. Heat 5 to the bullpen.
Folks, if you want that Parkway magnet, go ahead and check in with Ruth Price and you pick up your kids. She might still have a couple of them left. They were selling fast yesterday. You can use Venmo or cash, just $20 when you come and pick up your children. Front running here in this one. Nice stroke there in lane number 4. That is William Chen. He comes in with a 121.81. He wants to go to 116 or 111.19. That's where he'd like to get for his cut. Right now, he's on pace to get underneath that. Might even get under that 106.09. I don't think he did. 108.35. Nice job for William Chen as he achieves that B time in his drop of 13 seconds. Second in heat of 112.37, just off of the time. In lane 6 was Deutschman. He's been strong all day. Followed by Eastman, then Possingle. Hill in lane number 3, and then rounding it out are Poliver and Salah. So nice job to those young men. All right, here we go with 8 full here in this particular heat. Nate Bauer in lane number 1. Stephen Bockhorst, he got a shout out a minute ago. He's in lane number 2. Tyler Scheidler in lane number 3. Tyler Wilkinson in 4. Ian Pfeiffer in 5. Ryan Wong in 6. Joe Cunningham in 7. And Owen Sattler in lane number 8. Lane 5 right now, that is Ian Pfeiffer looking very strong. He'll touch the wall on a split of 30.26. His previous best time of 111.39. He'll shatter that if he keeps on this pace here. You can do it, Ian. Just got a nice shout out from Lisa. He's channeling that power, Lisa. We've seen it all day long. Folks, don't be shy. Give him those shout outs. Send him those emojis. First one into the wall here in lane number 5. It is Ian Pfeiffer. Nice swim for him at 104.28. He dropped 7 seconds off his previous best, folks, and that is a double B time for that young man. Nice job for him. Coming in second on 105.08. Also with a double B time is Tyler Wilkinson. Third place in the heat in 107.70, just off of that double B time. But in a B time is Owen Sattler, rounding some things out. Also with that B time in lane number 1 was Bauer. B time as well in lane number 6 at 1:10.19, is Huang. Rolling in at 1:11.29, just off of the B time is Stephen Bockhorst, just a 10th off. He's going to get it next time around. And then rounding things out will be Cunningham and Scheidler. Great swim for those young men. Nice job. Look forward to watching them swim that power stroke as we move forward down the years. Great job to Ethan on the text line from his grandmother. Go Owen as well. We got in there that one. Taking care of one little issue down there on the pool deck. We'll give you the lineup. It doesn't look like anyone scratched out of this particular heat. It'll be Spencer Kinsey in lane 1, Jake Tegetoff in lane 2, Aiden Edgington in lane 3, Charlie Steert in lane number 4, Will Cottles in 5, Zidane Riza in lane number 6, Alex McGee in lane 7, and Daniel Lansbaum in lane 8. A couple of recent new 13-year-olds in this one, so they're trying to establish themselves. These are youngsters that were getting the double A's and the triple A's at the under 12 level, and right now they'll step up with the big boys. This is oftentimes a little bit more of a difficult transition for the boys when you go from 11 to 12. I've heard over the years, don't know if it's true or not, but what some Folks very experienced with swimming have told me for the young ladies that switch from the 10 to the 11-year-old is a tough one. For the boys, it's the 12 to the 13-year-old when you go out of those 2-year age group brackets. We're fixing a couple more things over at the scores table. Remind you now, let us spread the word. Help us do it. Like, share, and subscribe. We want to get, I'm not even going to stop. Let's go ahead and get us up to 800 today. We'd love to get at least to 770 though. But let's see where we can get today, folks. We've had a lot of folks subscribe to the Parkway channel. Makes no mistake about it, folks. This 100-yard butterfly is every bit of a sprint. We mentioned all 8 of those competitors earlier. It's Kinsey, Tegetoff, Edgington, Stewart, Cottle, and Riza, followed by McGee and Lansbaum. That's from the top of the screen to the bottom of your screen. Right now, lane number 2, it is Tegetoff, the 15-year-old from Rockwood, followed closely in behind by lane number 5, Will Cottle, also a 15-year-old, and Edgington, the 16-year-old, in lane number 3. First one to touch as they get ready to come back the other way, and it's going to be Will Cottle. Cottle will touch the wall first on these last 25, but what an underwater there by Tegetoff as he's taking the lead right back. He gave it up, maybe for a split second, and he doesn't look like he's going to give it away again, although Will Cottle's got something to say about it. Who the first one to the wall is going to be Tegetoff in lane number 2. He'll come into this one with a 1:03.43, dropping 5 seconds off his previous best. Second in the heat, Will Cottle, 1:03.106 in lane number 3 for Edgington. He drops a second. Stare it right on his previous best time in the 1:07 range. And then rounding things out, it'll be Riza, McGee, and Lansbaum, all with great times, and Kinsey in lane number 1. Lane 1 has Jeremiah Koenig. Next to him is James Thompson. Zach Podzinski is lane number 3. 14-year-old Aiden Ellis and 14-year-old Max Zhu, they're in the middle of the pool in lanes 4 and 5. Nolan Earlyline in lane number 6 and Isaac Reddy in lane number 7. Caleb Galvin in lane number 8. So a mixture of 14, 15, 16, and 17-year-olds in this one. Right now, though, middle of the pool, your 14-year-olds are hanging right in there, as is the 15-year-old, but it's Podzinski, the 16-year-old, who has a slight lead. All of them looking very strong right now, though. Anybody's ball game as they touch the wall. Let's come back the other way, folks, and bring it right down to the end. Nice underwaters for everyone. Lanes number 3 and 5 as Podzinski and Zhu do battle for first place. Zhu's going to pull away just a little bit. Is he on stroke to touch the wall first? Max Zhu coming into the wall. It will be Max Zhu first. Followed closely in behind by Podzinski. Max Zhu coming in. Let's see if he's got a nice time of 1:43. Good job for him. Guess what? That's an A time for Max Zhu, the 14-year-old. Couple of BB times in there. 1:06.09 is the BB cut for a lot of those young men that are 13 and under. And the other one in that one was Ellison. He gets that easily. All right, heat number 6. 6 14-year-olds and 2 15-year-olds. It's Atticus Sternke and Jaden Yarborough. They're 14 years old from Heat. Braden Shears, a 15-year-old from Parkway, and Lewis Chen is a 14-year-old from Rockwood. Callum Shank is also a 15-year-old from Parkway. 3 14-year-olds wind things out with Jeffrey G., Grayson Miller, and Alex Chen in lanes 6, 7, and 8. Rockwood, Parkway, Rockwood, respectively. All right, let's see who's got the juice in this one and say go Jaden and go to Isaac. One last whoop whoop from Jennifer Moore. Go Heat. We love to hear him. Go Atticus. Go Josh Schultz. That's from Dad, Kurt Schultz. Josh is going to swim in heat number 8. It'll be nice to see Josh come out and compete. Trying to get one last swim in underneath the sectional. Right now, bottom of your screen, lane number 8 going strong is Alex Chen. Does he have the juice to get under that 1 minute mark? He might just do it, folks. Alex Chen to the wall. I think he did. Will he get the A time? 58.56. He just misses the double A time by .07. What a swim for Alex. Great time for him at 58.56. All across the board. Second to heat at 59.49 was Callum Shank. He did great in that one as well as he goes into the A-time range. You know, his father will be proud over there on the pool deck. Followed in closely behind in lane number 4 by Chen. Then it was Sternke, Shearer, Yarborough, Miller, and G. Zandman, we're proud of you. Excellent work from the heat for the heat swimmers. Cheering on Callum, that was Grandma. Well, they just saw him swim a great race. Go Grant, one last swim for the weekend. Mama and Papa. Give it your all, Zandman. Also for Mima and Papa. We're about to hit the 50 mark here. It's Xander Stone. He is in lane number 1. Got those shout-outs a minute ago. I know Grandpa Ron's watching right now, and it's Tanner Hillsman in lane number 2. Sambola in 3 with Vincent Hagar in 4. A.J. Beckers in 5. Gabe Cusinelli's in 6. Grant Owen in 7. And Connor Southers in lane number 8. Youngest competitor in this one is young Tanner Hillsman. Got a lot of shout-outs on that message board, so check them out. Right now, middle of the pool, lane number 3 with that gold cap on. It's Sambola, the 15-year-old. He wants to go under 58.73. He's going to do it. 53.99. That's the sectional cut in this one, folks. And he will be just off of that, but a great time of 56.61. Nice job to Sam. Second place in the heat. Lane number 5 goes to A.J. Becker as he comes in at a 57.25. That is a double A time for that young man. Lane number 4 to 58.11. Nice swim for Vincent Hager as well, as he also comes in those double A times. So great job for those two young men, the two 14-year-olds in this one. Rounding things out, it'll be Stone, followed by Cusinelli, Southers, Owen, and Hillsman. Hillsman, of course, with a personal best of 59.63, so way to go to him as well. He already had that A time, and he goes even a little bit lower. All right, here we go now. This one's going to be fast, folks. This is going to be a man's race. Aiden Garlock, lane number 1. Kelvin Crone Willis in lane number 2. Joshua Mullenhoff in lane number 3 with Gabe Porter in 4. Josh Schultz in lane 5. Seth Adams in 6. Gavin Baldus in 7. And Quinn Wolf in lane 5. Scratching out of this one, actually, in lane 6 is Seth Adams, but nonetheless, anyone can win this race, folks. I've seen every one of these young men swim this. Gabe Porter right now, he's got the fastest preliminary time of 50.88. He's out in front of everybody else. It's Schultz right in behind him. You know Josh wants to go low. He'd love to get under 51.5 for his fellow Chaminade teammate so he can get him in the butterfly. Right now, he's got a chance, but Gabe looking to go under 50.88. Gabe not quite going to get it, but he's going to ride on it. Schultz in at second place. Let's see where they're going to come out. 51.50 for Gabe, 53.35 for Josh, as they are just off their previous best time. What a race. 55.17 for Gavin Baldus. He gets his personal best. Nice job for Gavin. Of course, they were going for those sectional times, and Schultz and Porter already had the sectional time, and they maintain it. They hold in there. Actually, I guess if you really look at it, Josh did get his personal best. No, he didn't. He already had it at 52.38. I was looking at the wrong time. He went 53.35. But what a swim for them. Let's round things out here in the standings. In lane number 4 with the 55.74 was Joshua Mullenhoff off of his best time. Then it was Quinn Wolf, 55.90. He drops a second and a half. Way to go to Quinn. He's had a great meet here this weekend. Lanes number 2 and 1, it was Crone Willis, slightly off his best time, and slightly off his best time for Aiden Garlock. So some drops in that one. Congratulations to Baldus and Wolf for dropping time. Porter and Schultz very fast. Mullenhoff, Crone Willis, and Garlock just slightly off their previous time. Again, this is one of those races where any given day you might drop 0.3 or you might add 0.3. It's just one of those things where it's a pure sprint and what's going to happen. And right now, great race as it was, but it came right down to it. Porter gets the trophy in that one. He and Schultz already had that sectional cut. Folks, we're going to take a break. Before we do, I got some people I want to thank here along our line. We want to thank all the volunteers who came out this weekend and they time kept. The folks over at the table throughout the weekend, whether it was Julia Hillsman or Sonny Headley. We also had a number of others over there as well. We had Melanie Wagner. We had Trish Van Valkenburg. Also over there was Therese Munger. So thank you to all those ladies who make this all go. We want to thank our marshal, Blair Porter. He runs around in an orange shirt, not because he loves the color orange, it's because he wants people to know you got to be careful. We've made it through the entire meet, folks. We can't do it without him. He's just keeping everything a go. Face masks on. We got to stay compliant. He's kept our kids healthy. So thank you to Blair for all the hard work. And then, of course, to Ruth Price. She is our meet director. She did a tremendous job making sure all this runs smoothly, getting the timers here, getting things started on time, calling maintenance when we need them, all those types of things. And, of course, we can't bring you these sights and sounds without Kevin Girth. He's done a tremendous job. We want to thank him. And I know a lot of folks probably won't watch those time trials just because there's only going to be a few competitors. So I want to make sure we get those listed. All the officials this weekend, all the coaches from all of the clubs, whether it was Parkway, led by John David Williford, whether it was Rockford, whether it was Heat or Hannibal, and of course a couple of the swimmers from the Metro East that came over as they represent their side of the river. Thanks to all those folks. And then we can't do this without the swimmers. Great job to the kids. A lot of drop times, a lot of personal best, all very cool. My name is Matt Judkins. I've enjoyed bringing it to you. We're going to sign off here for this one. We'll bring you that time trial. We're going to stick around for that. And that should be somewhere in about the next 30 minutes or so. Until then, we'll take a break and be back in just a little while.